There's, buddy.
And action?
3, 2, 1, go.
Action. We're
Action. Go.
Haha, what's going on, guys?
Wow. I'm very happy.
Big night.
It's a good night.
Dude.
We got a lot coming up.
We got Rich Nikodem
From
Rome, investigators of the paranormal.
Of the paranormal. Ghost hunters are going to be in the building.
He's not here yet, but he's coming.
He's coming. He's running a little late tonight, so we're gonna run through our sponsors.
Yeah, we'll do the sponsors. We'll
let you know about what's going to happen tomorrow. Eric, I don't know what happened on that, man, but you're just going to have to get it to pair to Bluetooth. Maybe you might have to turn Bluetooth on, perhaps.
Whose phone am I hearing?
It's not the phone. You're actually hearing my tablet that's over there that I'm no longer allowed to touch. Just turn the volume down, and if the feed goes away, then it is what it is. So there it is.
I'm running. Yeah.
So we're going to go through, and we're going to talk about our sponsors, Jeff. Go ahead.
I'm just hearing that echo.
We're on the delay. Give it a second.
No, I mean, turn it down so I don't hear it.
He just turned it down.
I'm still hearing it.
There's
Where's
nothing
that coming out of that Bluetooth?
You're here.
We're all here.
Oh, we found the culprit.
What's the culprit?
It's me. I'm a jerk.
We're all sitting here going, why are we hearing extra noises? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're all sitting here.
Runs 20,000 things at once.
Yeah, there's a device in the background going off, and I would just keep hearing myself talking in echo.
Oh, my
on
goodness.
A delay. So, yeah, that's
Would you just look at that?
Would you look at that?
Would you look at it?
Welcome to the Dale Donut Show, episode 15.
15. We've made it to 15.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good.
We're cranking, man.
We have a killer guest tonight.
We do.
He's going to bring his gadgets. He's going to bring his toys. It's going to be awesome.
We have, the Rome.
Yeah.
Investigator
of the paranormal.
That's
That's what it is.
Ghost hunters, baby.
Yeah.
In the house.
Uh-huh.
Cool. What else we got?
Well, he's our only guest.
No, I don't mean guests. Stay with me, Jeff. You got sponsors you want to talk about?
Man,
Let's talk about sponsors.
You got to be a little bit more clear.
I'm sorry.
All right, so you want to go over who helps provide and make the show
Dude,
happen?
We got a lot of sponsors, and we actually have more coming on.
We do.
A big one might happen tomorrow.
Well, number one, Primo's Pizza.
Primo's hooking us up, feeding our guests, feeding our bellies.
Great hosts. They're just awesome.
They're amazing hosts. The whole Cacciatore family. What a lot of people don't know is they actually fed everybody in the crowd. Mm-hmm. They were giving away
challenge.
They were giving away free slices. They were doing dude, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Come on down. They fed the whole. When I heard that, I was like, wow.
Yeah, they hooked everyone up.
They hooked everybody up that was there. Here, free slices. Take it, eat it. Everybody, just fill your bellies. That's the Italian way.
That is.
Dude, how many businesses do you know that would have did that? That's crazy. Fed the whole crowd. That place was packed.
It was packed.
So, all right, the Chicken Wing Challenge.
Well, Primos, they're awesome.
They're awesome.
Large in 20 and large in 40 deals. They got large or small in 20, and they're anywhere from $24 to 37 is the max.
Yep.
That's feed everybody.
Feed the whole family.
Oh yeah. They're open till 11. They're awesome. They're wicked cool. Joe, Sean, Sonny.
I eat their daily.
It's great family. Great family. Yeah, you do. On to the next.
Notice that got quiet real good.
What was it?
It was like a fan.
Your heater.
Oh.
That's what the vent blowing.
The vent blowing.
We're like, I feel like we lost sound somehow.
We didn't because of the vent, Jeff.
No, I mean, in the studio, like I think we need to put up more fluffy stuff to suck in the echo.
You want to do an actual studio, like the foam stuff?
I mean, we might have to do something in this corner.
Oh, God, Jeff, we'll go. Bro, we don't have that kind of budget.
Don't have that kind well, the next sponsor.
Well, if what happens, we could be sitting pretty good. We may or may not be working out a deal with somebody.
I hope so. Well,
and I hope it goes through.
Happens. So, Deep Vapors, 308 Mohawk Street, Herkimer, New York.
Next on the list.
That's us.
That's you.
We're here right now, and it's awesome here. And we have
Don't
great
come
deals.
down looking for juice right now. We're kind of busy.
Yeah.
But tomorrow we open at when? When do you open?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Yep. CBD. We do CBD, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on down.
Everybody on earth is looking for CBD. I have it. I have great
JP
deals on
Miller's
CBD.
got it.
$15 for a 35 milliliter bottle of 100 milligram CBD.
Come on down.
2 bottles for $25. You can't beat that.
What?
Deal. Yeah. You know how you could find 10% off coupon?
How do you find that?
In the Minuteman Gazette.
And they just so happen to be a
Sponsor of
They
ours.
are. If you clip the coupon in the Minuteman Gazette,
Save
and you can
10%.
save 10%.
If you're military, it's always 10% off. But I love using the Minuteman Gazette because it shows me that my coupons are working.
And also mention that you heard us on the interwebs.
Yeah.
If you mention that, he might throw another extra $5 on there just because he loves it.
Maybe.
Tell him you saw it on the show. You got it on the minute. You got your coupon from the Minuteman Gazette.
Dude, the Minuteman Gazette is awesome. Let's talk about them real quick.
Dude, absolutely.
All right, it's a local paper. It reaches thousands.
It's a mailer. He mails it out.
Yep.
You can get it mailed out, and he's got them in select stores.
If you need to advertise any kind of thing, contact him.
Businesses. I mean, if you got
Anything. You found a dog. Everybody's reading it. You know what I mean? You lost a dog. Everybody's reading this paper.
You're checking it out.
Yeah, I look at that more than I look at any of the other local newspapers.
Yep.
So I definitely Minuteman Gazette. Elder Annie's, you're the man. We love you.
You do
guys.
pretty good over there, man.
Love
we like
you.
it. Very good stuff.
Our next sponsor is our guest next week.
Tina. Are we
Tina
telling
Bennett.
everybody right now?
Yeah. Tina Bennett is going to be our guest next week.
She's not only our sponsor, but she's also going to.
I'm so excited about this. I'm pumped up about it.
She's
You have
coming
no
on.
idea.
She's going to talk. She's a daddy lawyer.
Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah, she's a father's rights attorney. If you're in family court, have any kind of family court problems, issues, anything like that, get a hold of Tina. She'll hook you up.
If you're friends with her on Facebook, you'll see why we want her on the show.
God. Tina is awesome.
She does her own little Facebook videos.
She's got an Evel Knievel toy. Yeah. It's a motorcycle Evel Knievel, and she's talking about jumping dogs with it and stuff like that. How many dogs?
She's crazy.
Awesome.
She's
Tina, if you're watching.
Yeah, Tina, if you're
bring
watching
your
right
Evel
now.
Knievel toy, but
Yeah.
I cannot promise you you're going to leave with it because
It might stay here,
I
but
collect
Jeff's going to
stuff
try
like
and
that.
Jeff's going to try and steal it on
Yeah,
you. So
I'm excited.
You can bring it, but just be aware.
Yeah. Joe, tell us about Moto World.
Chris Stever and Justin Streeter down there. Those boys, they're killing it.
Yeah, they're awesome.
We're gonna do it. We're come springtime. We're gonna actually do a show from there.
We should.
We're gonna do We're not just gonna do a show. We're gonna do a stunt show. I'm gonna try and get Mike Sisko, and I'm gonna get the FTC crew back together.
That'd be awesome.
Stunting in the parking lot.
Awesome.
Cameras ripping. Live feed. We're gonna go there. We're waiting for a little nicer weather.
I'm into it.
So we got a whole parking lot in the back. We got the stunt bikes, wheelers.
Everything.
If you run what you brung.
Yeah, rung what you brung. That's
Britt,
awesome.
you got something you want to go show off on? Come on down.
Speaking of Streeter, tell us about his wife.
His wife, yes, Brittany Streeter, Creative Street. She very too nice. Creative Street, Brittany.
She's awesome. She does all sorts of vinyl.
She makes all these cool little crafty things. She actually has her own Facebook. She does like auctions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you can bid, and then, it's everything from mugs to Justin made this. I wanted it real bad, and I missed out on it. But
what is it?
It's wrenches. He bent them, and he mounted them onto like a piece of wood. Mm-hmm. And it's a coat rack.
That's awesome.
And you hang it in your hallway.
He's making us a table.
As much as I love our puzzle piece right here,
I dig it.
I
can put my feet on it.
I dig it. It's cool.
Bring it a little closer.
Hang on, yeah. So there.
And Rich doesn't get to put his feet up
Sorry.
unless he's got really long legs.
Maybe he's wicked tall. We
He
don't
might
know.
be. I don't know.
So anyways, he's making us a table.
Yeah.
I've already sent Jeff the actual, the picture of it. We're awaiting the glass that needs to go on top to complete it. He made it out of used four-wheeler parts.
I'm excited about this. I like cool stuff.
It's like a
Cool
rim with
things
some
are awesome.
A-arms. That's the thing that holds tires on. It's gonna be awesome. So he's just waiting on the glass to get it to us, and
Yeah.
he called me today.
Oh boy.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, he came a little close there.
Came in a little hot on that one.
Just hang tight right there.
Hang
and,
tight.
Or you could come around this
Yeah,
way.
just watch
And
your
then we're going to
step.
bring you on in a second. Yeah.
Come on down. Have a slice of pizza.
Rich just came in. There's drinks in the refrigerator, whether you want water or beer. Might as well talk about the beer. Beer Belly Bob's. They're awesome.
They are our next sponsor.
They hook us up. They give us beers. We're going to be there this weekend, tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to be there tomorrow.
I don't know how to say it.
What did you pick up? Let's see this.
It's Linen Kugels. I got Linnenkugels, and then I grabbed the Sam Adams Light again just because I like it. Man.
How do you I can't
Linnenkugel.
even pronounce that.
Linnenkugels?
Linnenkugels?
Yeah, it's a lager.
Lindenkugels.
It's delicious.
Anniversary lager.
Yeah, it's really good.
Lindenkugels.
So Beer Belly Bob's, he's got the 840.
Can I try
Go right
it?
ahead.
I don't want to be that guy that just is all like,
Go ahead. Don't do that. But
I won't do
at least
that.
you can put it in your mouth. He does the 849 12 packs that everybody gets excited about. He's got Bud Light, Coors Light, all that stuff. He's got growlers. There's a dozen growlers on tap that are absolutely insanely priced. 64-ounce growlers. They're all in. Eric, can you reach into my fleece right there? Right in that pocket, there's a list of the growler prices.
Let's get the growler
that
prices.
one, that one right there. I don't know if you guys understand how growlers work. You buy the growler. It's kind of like it's kind of like a deposit on like a water bottle. You buy the growler the first time.
Wait, so
More pockets than just those
Just the two? Maybe I put it in a different pocket.
so wait, you could save your. So what's the
I don't have that price right there.
what's the deposit on a growler? Because we all know like bottles
Like a
are a nickel.
64-ounce growler is $3.50, and I think it's $1.75 for the 32-ounce.
That's the deposit.
Yeah, the deposit's $3.50. You pay it one time, then you keep the growler, and you just bring it in and fill your beers up, man. There's 12 different beers on tap. They're all that Dark Horse is delicious. They're all delicious. Beer Belly Bob's, dude, I'm telling you.
Come on down.
That's what I'm gonna grab next week.
We're
I'm
gonna be there
I'm
tomorrow.
gonna grab a growler of the Dark Horse and see if Tina will drink it down with me. Tina, it's like a 12%. So
Jeff's all excited. I think Jeff
I like
is
smart
smart.
chicks,
Jeff
man.
likes coming here to drink for sure.
It's
I
my
think
only
that-
time.
He gets like wicked excited.
It's,
I do.
It's his Friday. Well, he actually. No, that's not true. 'cause-
It is.
Every day is his Friday.
Let's we got to bang through this.
Yeah, we do because now our guest is here. We don't have to stall as badly.
Yeah, Johnson's Carpet Outlet. Let me correct
Jimmer-
myself.
Jimmer-
Johnson's Carpet Plus.
Center.
Plus.
Plus.
Center?
Plus.
Center? Plus?
Hang on. What does it say on? They happen to.
They're
brought to
Johnson-
you by
it's
Johnson's.
Center
Hang
Plus.
Hang on. Carpets Plus.
Yeah,
Gentlemen,
it's Plus.
you need to
I was
start
right.
running through this like a prom date. Let's go.
Sorry.
So anyways, Johnson's Carpet Plus is amazing. They've been in business they just hit 70 years.
Yeah, man. They know what they're doing.
They do know what they're doing.
They did my floor.
Jimmer, Terry,
Jimmer
are
and
awesome.
Terry,
You
go
want a
see 'em.
deal? I don't. There's not enough to say. He just ran a huge deal that.
They're always running
it's
deals.
It's not the first yet, is it?
What's that? I'm sorry.
Today's
Yeah,
not
today is the first. Today's the first.
is?
Officially, I promise.
Yippee.
It is.
Wow.
He's got
February flew
hardwood
by.
hardwood square footage is like $369 for a square foot.
Very affordable.
Absolutely. You want to deal on anything, especially carpets. People do wall to wall all day long.
Yep, all day.
I don't blame them. Central Plumbing.
Yes, they're
Central
one,
Plumbing
they're one
and
of our
Drains.
new sponsor.
Yeah, Central Plumbing and Drains. Steve, he's awesome. Here's his phone number because he does emergency situations too. And that's huge.
Call him up at 3 a.m. He'll be there.
That's
He'll
when
come
you
fix
have
you
the
up.
leak.
Yep, that's when
You
your
don't
stuff
have-
leaking.
I mean, pretty much any leak in your house is an emergency situation. Phone
Yep.
number is 315-940-6212. Call up Steve. He'll fix your problems, hook you up. We did Beer Belly Bob's. We ran through them all. I got
that all?
well, shout out to Team Larry Entertainment, which is going to be joining our not our podcast, but our
The
network,
network
soon.
here soon. We'll be having another show under our belts.
Shout out to Dynasty Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
They're boys.
Mike-
We just got back from there.
Mike King, Chris Envy.
Envy, Mike King.
Pleasure to meet you guys.
The
And
King.
this is awesome, King.
You guys are awesome. We love you. Thanks for having us.
We need to bring back Mark, though.
Shout out to my boy and your boy Ryan McBeardo for helping us out.
Yep, Ryan.
He hooks us up. We're gonna have him on soon. He's awesome.
Dude, those guys came stocked.
They came prepared.
They had some pro stuff.
Who,
Oh,
Ryan?
dude, they don't
Hell
screw
yeah,
around.
Yeah, that was like.
What did you think was going to happen? I told you. I warned you.
No, I knew they were going to have some stuff, but then I took a peek in the promo room and I was like, damn.
Wait till you see the see the promos that come out of this thing.
Oh, I
It's
bet you
gonna-
they're going to be nice.
But
Real nice.
Ryan
those
got
guys
it.
got some shit.
He's gonna. Well, Chris actually messaged me today, and he was asking if he can get. I'm like, just message Ryan. He's gonna get the footage, and he'll add in all the cool, like, professional stuff that I don't know
I
how
wanted
to do.
go back and kind of like just see them doing it because I'm interested in that.
Well,
stuff.
you're gonna get to see a final
So-
product.
No, I wanted to watch
Oh,
them do because I'm interested in that. So
It's
I
cool,
wanted,
right?
Yeah, I wanted to see them do it, and I was like, oh, I never got time.
It was like a real. It was like a real promo room. Like
Yeah.
it was a.
no,
for
it was a real
serious-
deal. It wasn't no joke.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We're gonna move forward.
We got to move forward. We can talk about this after. We can totally.
I got nothing
can.
but time,
I'm
gentlemen.
popping tonight. My mic is popping.
Yeah, we're wicked loud. It's,
Sorry about that. Sorry, folks. So,
Do we
and,
sound out-
last,
do we
last
sound
shout out
out-
to the disruption. Oh, there goes Pee Wee. Holy cow.
Don't even. Oh, you're gonna go sit. Seriously, it's Pee Wee. He's a doll. Yeah. What?
That's a creepy ass doll too.
I can't. It is a cool doll.
It's cool because we grew up with Pee Wee Herman, but if you don't know who he is, that is a creepy little doll.
Yeah. You're out. You're out, Pee Wee. You're voted off the island.
Pee Wee's sitting this one out.
He's
I
taking
gotta
a
bring
break
in
here.
Rich.
Yeah, we need to bring in Rich. This is ridiculous.
Nobody wants to watch us.
No,
I'm pretty sure they
they're
don't.
tuning in because we have Rich here, not because it's us.
All right, don't get burned, Pee Wee. Sit over
Pee Wee, hang out by the fire. Just chill.
Rich, come on in.
Rich, come
We
on
gotta
down.
greet you.
Actually, here, if you need this, we can let him. If you need to set some stuff on that.
Just a little table will work.
Yeah, we'll hook it up. Do it.
Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man.
Pleasure.
Rich,
I'm
pleasure
Jeff.
to meet you. I'm
That's
Joe.
Joe.
Joe and Jeff.
Yeah. Here's a set of headphones, and
We'll get you a microphone. Normally, we give him a little heads up.
I'm gonna have you sit closer to that.
Yeah, hop up in there. Get comfortable. Get comfortable.
And once you put these on, you'll be able to hear if we can hear you. Because if you can't hear yourself in that microphone,
You don't know where
we
these
can't
are.
hear you. You can pull this towards you.
All right. Check.
Holy
Wow,
cow,
there
he's got
you
good
are.
levels
He's
too.
got great levels.
Awesome.
How was this?
It's real good.
Perfect.
You know how excited I am to have you here.
Jeff's been
pumped up.
talking about you for the past 2 weeks. He's just been, he's like, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. I'm like, dude,
I'm not really sure what you guys thought I was going to do or what I was going to bring with me.
we just wanted you to talk to us about it.
man.
Like, this is like stuff we even talked about it on the radio today, too.
We did.
We did.
Because you do something different than other people do, and it's, I don't know if it's a hobby to you, how this is to you, but yeah. Here.
That was me. My bad.
No, you're good. We
I
can.
just don't have
Very
it
good.
bolted on tight.
Good.
There you go. You good? Yeah, you sound good. That's for sure.
We want to know more about it.
Everything about it. We want to know everything about it.
Everything about what?
About the whole experience. Like, what made you start doing this in the first place?
The paranormal. Well, this mic is hot. Back off
No, I
just
think
a
it's
little bit.
mine. Mine is a little crisp here.
Okay. No
There we
worries.
go.
Yours is good. You sound good.
Well, how did I get into all this is the first question I'll answer. Actually, when I was younger, I never had any experiences with ghosts or the paranormal. And a lot of people who get into this basically have had an experience, or a loved one has visited them one night, or they were in a place and they sensed something. Nothing exciting happened to me. So through my whole childhood, it was all good. It wasn't later into life that I got involved in this, and I actually did it for a business standpoint, not to be an investigator. So I started an agency, a booking agency.
RK?
Well, yeah, RK is my second company.
Ah.
But I started one called GP Entertainment back in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
And myself and my associate, Tim Moyer, who's the lead singer of Gridley Page, if you guys are familiar with the
Oh.
band.
I know Tim well, yes.
Yep.
I love Tim.
Yeah, him and I are sort of like business partners. And then we started to have our own clientele that we represent and bring into venues like colleges, universities, theaters, casinos. And then one time, a gentleman I knew that was working at a college in upstate New York contacted me. He goes, Rich, dude, we've got this guy. He's an actual ghost hunter coming to our campus to talk to us. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, he doesn't have an agent. I'm like, really? Okay, who is it? So I looked into it, and I saw a picture of this guy on his website, and he had a sword in a black suit with skulls around him. I said, wow, this is really cool. This is what a ghost hunter would look like. If you ever...
You were going to be a ghost hunter.
battling evil, right?
This is what you are.
This is what you have. You have the sword from the Knights Templar, and you got the skulls around you. It's all good. So I talked to him quite a bit and picked his brain. It was really exciting, and I was like, wow, this stuff is so interesting. But I'm a huge skeptic, so I think it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Remember, you said this wasn't being censored.
Eric's a huge skeptic that thinks it's all bullshit.
Okay.
Eric's behind
you
the
have-
scenes.
Well,
one.
Eric, you and I are on the same team on this. So this is how I started my journey into the paranormal. A complete skeptic.
You don't believe nothing.
So I would go to events and I would talk to these people. And I had some pretty big clients that were into the paranormal, like Jason Hawes from the TV show Ghost Hunters, Grant from Ghost Hunters, Chris Fleming, who's been on numerous television shows, John Zaffis, Chris Moon, all these paracelebs, as we call them. So they would tell me all these stories about, they saw exorcisms with bodies levitating, or they do investigations and they'd see apparitions walk through the room, and I'm like, come on, seriously? So, and I listened to them and I was intrigued. But something kept telling me that I needed to look into this. It was kind of like a thing that was just scratching at the back of my brain. It's like, Rich, you need to check this out. So I said, all right. So I went on a couple investigations with her, more like mock investigations. So I learned how to use some of the basic equipment. So what I decided to do is I decided I was going to start doing this for people. If you had a ghost in your house or suspected haunting, call me. So this was pretty much through my wife and her contacts,
Yeah.
Oh, my friend at work says she thinks she's got a ghost. Could you come over? And so that's how I started it out.
Sure.
So I kind of walk around the house.
You get paid to do this?
No, it's all free. So I'd walk around the house very awkwardly with equipment, like audio recorders and meters and stuff, trying to find something. And the people were like, on pins and needles following me around. What'd you find? What'd you find? And it wasn't until I did an event at SUNY Morrisville, I was in the theater, and I went up into the balcony, which was technically closed off, but I jimmied the door and I got up there. So I got up there, and then I started my audio recorder, started asking questions. And I didn't hear anything. So I got back down, I put my headset on, I listened.
At this point, you still think you're a skeptic.
Yeah,
you still think
absolutely,
you got all this stuff, and you're like, fuck this.
Absolutely. I have electrical engineering degree. So to me, it's like math. It's like if you can write it down and show me a circuit or a physics diagram, okay, yeah. Laws of science apply. So I played back the audio recorder, and I got voices, and they're saying, what do you want? Leave us alone. I'm like, dude, there was no one up there with me. No one at all. And then I started to do more of these recordings in other places, and all of a sudden I began to get more and more voices talking back to me. And I'm like, wow. So I decided that I wanted to venture out, and I wanted to join a bona fide paranormal group, So Utica Rome is kind of, there was several groups out there.
When you say you got voices coming at you, what kind of voice? Like, you could actually, interpretable voices?
Yeah, actually whispers. I actually have some on my iPad I can play for you. You can jack it into your system.
Yeah.
I want to see what we can do. I was going to ask, actually, we're set up to do, if you have anything on YouTube, if you have any videos or little clips of yourself, we can bring that up and watch that.
I've actually got it on my iPhone and my iPad as their actual standard audio clips. But they're actually pretty creepy, and you can hear the voices come back. So as I started this, I reached out to a bunch of paranormal groups and said, hey, I don't know if you know who I am, but I represent a lot of the paracelebs. I book them events all over the place. I start throwing names out like John Zaffis and all these people, and everybody knew who they were. Mm-hmm. And they're like, how the hell some guy in upstate New York represent these people?
How do you meet all these people? Just right place, right time?
Yeah, I was in the entertainment business, and
just meet people.
You meet people.
It's the same thing with me.
And then you basically do good for one client, and then they tell you to other clients, and that's how you build relationships.
It's a ripple effect. Yeah, it just keeps right on going.
So, essentially, I reached out to some groups, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'd love to have you." Then a week later, I get an email. "Oh, sorry, we broke up, we disbanded, or whatever." And some of them I looked at on, and this is at the time MySpace was still going on, Yeah. So I look at them and I'm like, these guys are creepy looking. I don't even want to go hang out with them.
Yeah.
So I reached out to Rome Investigators of Paranormal. I looked at their website, and it was a lot of scientific stuff, like articles and equipment analysis and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, these guys look pretty legit, They didn't have the typical soccer mom style website,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I reached out to them, and they responded back to me and said, "Hey, this is Dr. Dave. I'm the founder of the group. Well, we'd love to meet you. We opened up our group for membership. Can you come, to my house? We're going to have a sit down." And I'm thinking okay, sure. I guess that's how paranormal groups do it. You go to their house.
Yeah.
Whatever,
So I said, I'll do it. So I went. I showed up, and there was a couple other new people there that were like me and wanted to get into it, and we basically had a meeting. We met everyone, and they liked us, so they voted us in. So after that, to get this whole snowball rolling here, I did an investigation with them, and it was in Floyd, actually Camrodden Church. And I was in the church. It was myself and my associate Pete Leonard. Couldn't be here tonight.
Yeah, you were going to have Pete here today.
Yeah, he's a historian. He was actually on the TV show Haunted Collector on Sci-Fi Channel.
Now he's out there right now with a group.
He's investigating up in Syracuse with a group tonight. So Pete and I were in the church. Picture this: church is completely pitch black except for the light coming through the windows. There's no one else in the church. There's 2 ways in. One's the door to the left of us, which obviously we would know if it opened and closed because it's connected to the Historical Society. All the lights are turned on there, and that's where our group is. Then there's a set of doors that goes outside that have chains wrapped around them, so no one's going in or out.
You ain't moving them,
Right.
no.
So we're up in there, and we're doing some stuff, and I'm looking up in the balcony in the right corner, and all of a sudden it's getting dark, like unusually black, like intensely black. And I'm like, Pete, that is the blackest of black I've ever seen, and it's growing. It's like manifesting, getting bigger. And he's like, yeah, it is. So he started to ask questions. The next thing you know, this black thing shrunk into a person and stood straight up. We're like, what the? And then it ran.
And you saw this?
Yes, I did. It ran, blocking out the windows, because now, again, there was 2 windows up in the, no, 3 windows up in the balcony. And there was a street light outside, so light would come in through those windows. This blacked out the light as it ran by it. Then you could hear it run down the stairs, go. Poop, 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 poop.
I'm getting creeped out right now. I'm not even
And then you
kidding
hear then you hear like a thump, like it hit the door, like. Poop. And then Pete and I are like, holy ass shit. I look at Pete.
That
I go,
made you
don't
a
even tell
believer?
me. I go, don't. I'm not even gonna tell you what I saw. You tell me what you saw. He goes, black shadow turned into something, a being or something. It ran, blacked out the windows, and it just ran down the corner stairs.
Now what would
Holy
would you,
crap. Now, the skepticism was dropping. I'm like, this is my first truly real paranormal experience outside the voices, which technically was my first paranormal experience. So we walked to the end of the church, to where it was. We opened the door, and of course, there's nothing there. But when we went up, all the hairs on my back were starting to stand
It's happening right now on me.
up. All the hairs
What, the
on my
hairs standing
arms,
up?
everything.
No way.
So, as I started to devolve myself more into the paranormal, I started to find that I was sensitive to it. Like, I'd go in some place and I'd be like, yeah, there's some stuff going on here. Like, how do you know? Because whatever's here is right next to me. I can feel its presence. I'm like, what? I pull up my sleeve and like, oh my God, your arm, yeah, all the hairs on your arms are sticking up. When you start doing it enough like we do, you start to become sensitive to it.
What do you mean?
Most people do.
What does that mean?
It essentially means that spirits, ghosts, whatever you want to call them, are actual sources of energy. And when they move around, you can feel the
energy.
electrical static energy. Now, that wasn't even the most amazing experience I have. One of the most amazing experiences I have is I got called up into Woodgate, New York, up as you're headed up to the Enderonics, up towards Old Forge.
Yeah.
A woman came to one of our lectures. We do a lot of lectures. And she said to me, she said, Rich, I don't think my house is haunted. She said, I've been living there, nothing's happened. But she said, my 2 grandsons stay the night there a lot, and they have these dreams all the time about their grandfather who's dead. They never met him. But he comes to them in dreams and talks to him and tells him his name and, asks him questions and stuff. And both of them are having the same dream. So she got freaked out a little bit, called us to come in. So we come up, and she's got this beautiful spread of food and cheese, crackers, cookies, and we're like, yeah, okay, this is our kind of thing.
Sign me up.
So going in there thinking, we're really not going to find anything. It turned into be one of the most amazing paranormal experiences we've ever had. We actually we were sitting on the floor talking to what we thought was a child. The next thing you know, we saw this boy. It was a complete black silhouette of a boy, of a child, with a bowl-cut hair and everything, walk in front of the door and stand there, and then walk down the hallway into the other room. We're like, holy crap. And then we started, the homeowner was investigating with us. She got pushed. We have that on camera, where something hit her in the back, and she went forward. Then somebody kept tugging my associate Pete's shirt, and we got our infrared. We actually have a thermal imaging camera, which is like a $25,000 camera.
And that's just like
It shows heat signatures. And we asked whoever it was to touch Pete's back. And next thing you know, there was a yellow handprint that appeared on Pete's
got
back.
that on camera?
Then we didn't. We didn't get it. At the time, we didn't have a DVR system connected to the camera.
Right.
Then we also have on camera Pete getting his pant leg grabbed. You can see him standing there. All of a sudden, you can see the material on his pants, like group up and like yank, and then he kicked his leg out. So then the most bizarre thing that kind of tipped the leverage for me is we were all outside. She lived there by herself, like I told you. She had a dog and a cat. She was holding the cat. The dog was running outside. I realized, okay, we're done here. We're going to leave. I forgot my phone charger. So I got to go back in the house and get my phone charger. So I run into the kitchen, and I'm looking straight down the hallway because something told me to look that way. And I saw like something, like a ball of light just go right past my vision. Then all of a sudden, something ran up the stairs, and it ran hard.
How
It was like,
fast do you think?
boom, 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 boom. Now, I have two daughters, and when they're younger, they used to run up the stairs really fast. Remember, and they would trip and fall running up the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine does it right now.
You
actually,
still do it. I
still do it.
So you
do
got to
it
yell at
sometimes.
them, you slow down, you're going to trip. But these sounded like hard leather shoes running up. These were like, this wasn't a carpeted staircase. This was like an old staircase. This is an old house.
Yeah.
And it went boom, 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 boom. And then when it got to the top of the stairs, I could hear it run down the hallway right directly above my head because the light fixtures were shaking. And he was like, all of a sudden you hear boom, 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 boom. And the whole house was shaking. And I'm like, holy crap. And then the owner comes in, she goes, Rich, is everything okay? It sounded like the house was shaking. Oh, no, I'm good. She goes, what are you doing? I go, oh, nothing, just grabbed my phone charger. So I went outside, and I didn't say anything to her. And I said, Pete, something just ran up the stairs, up over the floor above my head, slammed every door upstairs. These were heavy doors, and she used to put like little cast iron weights in front of them.
Yeah.
You know, like an old
Old
houses,
people
you know.
do it.
I know
Yeah,
what
they
you-
do.
yeah,
That's a
Old
thing.
people do it.
It's an old
Because those
people
old
thing.
doors don't stay.
Right. So Pete goes, let me take a look. And I go, I don't know if I should tell her because I don't want to freak her out. You know, she's not going to go back and want to sleep in that house.
Right.
So we didn't say anything to her. Pete went upstairs. He came back down. He was as white as a ghost. I'm like, what happened? He goes, every door upstairs is closed. And all the fixtures that are holding the doors are all out into the hallway. He goes, what went through here? And I said, I don't know. I think it was the kid. Because it sounded like a kid running fast up the stairs. I almost wanted to yell, slow down, you're going to trip, like a natural
Fatherly
reaction.
instinct, yeah.
So that was probably the one thing that actually like pushed me to the edge. On the good side of things, I mean, there was definitely something there going on, and it wasn't my imagination. It wasn't the other investigators that were there's imagination, but it was truly something going on. What I can tell you is there are two things actually three things out there. There are what we call ghosts, okay?
Yeah, let me
this
cut you off for one
and
second.
ghost is not
Eric,
what you think
Eric,
it is.
Eric, can you turn me down in the headphones a little bit? Channel 2.
And if you can turn the gain down in his just a tad.
He's on 4.
He's on 4.
Right on 4, top knob.
Just the gain, the black knob on top. We're sorry. We're learning.
That's what I
things.
texted him earlier. I was like, yeah, you turn his gain down.
Yeah, that popping. We're trying to get your mic not so hot.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
How
that's
about
all.
now? Is this better?
That sounds a
Way better.
lot better.
I got
We're-
E-Money back there. He helps me out every
Yeah,
single time. He's the
thanks,
best.
Eric.
Thank you, Eric.
Sorry to cut you off,
Not,
but
not a problem. Not a problem.
It's so much better for me.
why don't you just get that fixed?
You were telling the story, and I'm like, I'm picturing this in my head. I have it all pictured.
All right, here we go.
Oh,
Let's pick up.
I've got pictures to show you too.
Did it scare the hell out of you?
Did that?
Yeah.
Yeah, how did
No,
you,
it was kind of exhilarating, to be quite honest with you.
You get
It was a
excited
rush.
off it. It's like
it
a-
was
yeah.
a rush. You think you would be scared, but it was a rush.
Do any of them scare you?
I've got a couple cases I was involved in that were more on the demonic side.
Right, but I mean,
that
nobody's
shit
ever
gets
died
little
from a
scary.
ghost, have they?
Well, there actually is. I think there is a documented cases down in the maybe Kentucky or Tennessee. Pete probably could correct me.
Of deaths?
Someone actually dying due to paranormal. There actually is a death in the United States where someone actually died due to the paranormal. They actually put that on the death certificate.
I was talking to Joe
That's a
earlier
long
today
time
about
ago.
the Myakka house, the house down in Nyack, New York,
Okay.
on the Hudson River. Have you heard of this house? It's the only one that's legally deemed haunted, like by the state of New York. It's legally haunted.
Is that
There's court
possible?
cases.
is
Can
what
you be
possible?
legally deemed?
Eric, can you look that up for us?
I don't know. I don't know if there's such a thing. There is a there
Na-
are
the Nyack haunting house. If it's legally haunted, I saw it on this what's this Beyond Science YouTube channel.
See, we would
There's a
never,
court
as a group,
case.
we would never say a house is haunted, because there's a stigmatism law. You basically stigmatize the property when you
Right.
say
Well,
it's
that's
haunted.
why it went to court.
But however, some people want it haunted because they think it's an attraction. Like some bed and breakfast is like the Hobart House in Boonville. We used to do a lot of work there. That's where I first witnessed my first deliverance, where a soul was taken from this plane, delivered to the light, which was an amazing.
That's a
experience.
deliverance?
That's what's called a deliverance.
See, these are all the questions that I
What-
wanted.
what's that mean?
You're
Somebody
answering them
died?
all.
Yeah. So let me just explain
I
to you
know.
that there's
Yeah, I want to hear this.
there's three things that I've come across based in my research, my experiences, and I have a lot more experiences than I have research. So there are things that are called ghosts.
Okay.
To me, a ghost is something like it's like a tape recorder. It plays over and over. It's something trapped in time, something trapped in the environment. There's no intelligence behind it. It just happens. A perfect example is like Gettysburg. A lot of times people see soldiers marching across the field.
I
You
remember.
know what they do? you can't change it. It just happens.
They just keep right on going, and like it's a
Right.
normal routine every day.
That's like a ghost, like the ghost ships that just float out there. They have nothing, no bearing on anything. They're just doing their thing. Then there's what we call intelligent spirits. These are what we believe are spirits. Possibly our belief is that they are people who were once alive, and they can react with us. And they can be good or they can be bad. And essentially they can react to us, or they can do things, push us, talk to us, do all that kind of stuff. Then there's a third thing.
What's it
which
called
I'm
when they can
still-
push you? It's called
That's a spirit.
That's you call
it's
it a
like,
spirit.
Isn't it like some kind of spirit power or something?
Well, then you can start to get
I think you're
technical,
thinking
go into
about aliens and
poltergeists
stuff
and
when
all
they
that
touch
kind of
ya.
stuff. But then the third entity is what they call demons or the demonic.
The
And
bad
Those are the
ones.
only things that I really
I've had a couple
believe in.
experiences with those, and I don't know if that's what it is, but prompted on the questions that I asked and prompted on the results that I received, I believe it was the demonic. I have a client who actually is a demonologist. His name is John Zaffis. If you ever seen the movie The Conjuring,
I have not.
that's
I
his,
haven't.
I
that's
haven't
his
heard of it.
actually aunt and uncle. The Warrens is his aunt and uncle.
Really?
True
It's
story.
based
What's
on
it about?
their life. It's about demonic cases, demonic hauntings, where the haunting that was being done in the house wasn't actually a spirit of a person, but
So the
that
people
of a
were his
demon.
aunt and uncle? The people that went in the movie,
Right.
they
No,
were his aunt and uncle?
not the actor and
Not
actress
I know,
that
not
portrayed
the,
it.
but the people that,
Yes.
The story.
the real people.
Ed and Lorraine Warren was his aunt and uncle.
Where'd this take place?
In various places
They
throughout
made 2
New
or
England.
3 movies with those people.
Yeah,
about
there's
that couple.
two Conjurings. One took place in New England. The other one took place over in England, as the United
I
Kingdom.
gotta watch that.
I'm gonna have to watch.
I should have
this
watched it
now.
The
before.
second one is probably
Good
one of the
movies.
creepiest movie I've ever seen in my entire
Gina,
life.
Really?
get the Conjuring
So-
one up for when I get home.
They're creepy.
Gotta
They're
watch.
super creepy movies.
So let me tell you a little. Let me show you, for example, what the third looks like a little bit. This is what we believe is.
Oh, I can hold
Oh,
it
and
up.
real quick, talking about that haunted house. It is legally considered haunted by the New York State Supreme
Oh
Court.
my goodness.
Yeah, by New York State
Jeff,
Supreme.
I'm going to show you this
1991.
first, and then I'm going to show it. Yeah, you could see that. That is a body.
Wait a second.
Careful. That is a very nice.
So let me explain to you what it is you're looking on that iPad. I did an investigation, and this is in Denver, Colorado, at the Lumber Baron Inn.
house.
So this
I've
is
been-
something you did.
Yeah,
this.
I investigate
I'm
all
gonna show
across
our crowd.
all across the country.
Show her E-Money too.
So
I haven't finished. Sorry.
I got some more pictures of that, so don't go too far. So I actually did not take that photo. I was at the event, and I was talking to the girl who took that picture with her camera. She was trying to take a picture of her friend. If you can see, there's a
So she didn't know
fellow
that she was
human
taking this picture.
Yeah, she was just taking a picture of her friend.
Hey, E-Money, can I get me one of those beers too? They're delicious. I don't care, whatever. They're so good. Once they touch your lips.
So when she showed me that photo after she tried to take the photo of her friend, I was just like blown away. Now what you don't see is you see where the people are gathered around in the photo.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the
What
back.
you don't see is there's a bedroom there, and there was 2 homicides that went on in that room. 2 girls back in the early 70s were murdered there. I think they were nursing students.
Thank you,
So
sir.
there's a lot of bad mojo going on there.
Yeah,
And
the vibes
essentially-
aren't cool.
So as we went on our investigation, in this investigation I was doing with a gentleman named Chris Moon. If you ever have the chance, I brought him to Utica. It was last year, and I did an event at the Rucker Mansions. And we were in doing his Telephone to the Dead, which is one of the most amazing voice boxes you ever come across. We had a woman that used to work there talking to us. She's like, "Why are you all in my office?" And there was like 30 of us in this room. And when he was doing these recordings and these sessions is when we basically came across this. Now, the other photo here is a photo of that room. We'll call it, the murder room.
Okay.
Okay, so this is
So-
where the
I'm
murders
cool with
took
the murder
place.
room.
So
Murder room.
what
Yeah.
we see in the photo is 3 things. On the left-hand corner is a light. We knew that was one of our IR lights kind of washing out.
So
Yeah.
that's not. So that's.
We
been-
didn't know was on the right, but what was in the middle, to us, caught our eye. And we looked at it and said, damn, that actually looks like something like evil. And when we kind of pulled up the picture, we found him there.
Oh man.
It looks like he's burning halos.
Will you send me these after
Is
so when
there-
I edit this video, I can put these in?
Are
on
we,
posting?
would we be allowed to? I mean, if not, can we? How do we get our viewers and stuff? Because I'm going to be honest, me putting this up to the camera is not
Right.
going to do this one any justice.
That's pretty gnarly.
But you can totally see.
Okay, now swipe it to the left, and you'll see the actual picture of
To
it.
the left, to the left. I'm sorry.
Yeah, remember?
Oh, there
You
we go.
write with this hand, and this one's the other
Wow,
one.
yeah, there's the zoom. It's the zoomed in picture.
Okay, now stand it up that way now. Along this right side up.
Yep.
Do you see him? You can see his eye sockets, his mouth, his arm.
Wow, dude, look at it. Dude, it's all right there.
I can't see. I got
R-
this bright
two
light
eye
on this.
sockets. I can see the two eye sockets. It's kind of like a green.
Crazy. E-money, you gotta see
Dude,
this.
you got to see this, E-Money. Come over here.
Now, I don't know what that is. However, based on some of the people I've talked to in this community, they've told me that's demonic. That's a demon.
It looks demon.
It is
Yeah.
creepy.
That is.
Now that's hard to fake that. You know what I'm saying?
You can't fake that.
Someone said to me they believe that those are halos that he's burning. See, he's taking them and throwing them into the thing and burning them.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. It might be a little far fetched.
Yeah,
These are on cameras. These were on taken on
in
just
the dark.
yeah. Well, we use infrared cameras.
yeah.
yeah.
I
So
knew
none of that was
one.
there. That just appeared when you looked at the
Right.
photos.
Just
Right.
looked at the photos.
Does it make a
both there.
difference if you're hunting for ghosts if it's dark or if it's light? Do they only come out in the light?
No, that's a misconception.
That's what
They
I would
can
think.
do
I'd light the
whatever
whole
they
son of a
want.
bitch up as good as possible. If I, you know, someone's
Well-
like going to this haunted, creepy place. I'd jack the lights.
I don't
everywhere.
think they care about lights.
I'd have cameras
I
every
really don't think
angle.
that shit matters to them.
You know?
We do it at night because the equipment is based for
Less on-
nighttime.
For nighttime,
It's less
night
visual.
vision.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you use equipment in daylight, you have all that light coming
Right.
in, which basically
Right, that makes
Okay,
sense.
now this is a photograph that was taken and given to me. This is in the Rucker Mansion, number 1. Now I'm going to show you a picture of a door.
Yeah.
This is taken in complete darkness.
Pitch black.
There's 3 faces looking out. There's an old man on the top, and then what's like 2 younger children, sort of deformed faces looking out in the middle and the bottom.
Now you go to these
Now, this
places
picture
looking
was-
for ghosts.
Right. This is a picture taken off the back of his camera. When he sent me the image, it was so large I couldn't shrink it down. So look a little bit from a distance, and you'll see the faces sticking out the door, looking at you.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna get you the link so everybody can see this because unfortunately it's not. The going up to the camera is not doing justice.
Oh yeah.
So
So you see the old man on the top left?
Yeah.
let me see
I
this.
do, and the little kid right below him. About right
So
here.
so this is the picture. So you have a camera up and you're taking a picture of. Oh my yeah.
That's the back of someone's camera. I took a picture of the back of their camera. That's
You
why
want
it's
a beer or something? You want
slightly,
anything?
yeah, if you got any.
Yeah.
Get the
That's
point.
why it's pixelated
Sam
like
Adams
that.
or what is
Yeah.
this? This Lindenberger or Linen Kugels. Linen Kugels. One's a lager and one's a regular light beer.
Lager's fine.
All right, hook them up.
Wow.
Thanks for your belly, Bob.
So that's some of the photographic proof I have.
Dude, look at that, Jeff.
So
I'm sorry.
that's fine.
Look at that.
Cheers.
There's the
Cheers,
head.
salute.
Yeah, if you need another one, just ask E-Money. We'll
Yeah,
get you.
we'll get you
we got
liquored up
plenty.
if you want.
Yeah.
I think I got some doors over there. You want some liquor?
Oh no, I gotta try.
Yeah.
So what I've showed you so far is we believe that this picture here are remnants of spirits, people who live there. The place used to be a nursing home, so there's probably a lot of souls still wandering around. Now, I mentioned to you guys earlier about what a deliverance is.
Yeah.
Let me explain to you. This is the thing that absolutely blew my mind. Now, we always talk about, in this field, about telling spirits to go to the light. Go to the light, you know?
So why do you tell them to go to the?
Why do they stay?
Sometimes they don't know. They're confused,
Unfinished business, maybe?
scared. Unfinished business
Maybe
is
it's just the
another reason.
multiverse. Maybe we're all just stuck in the multiverse
Well,
and
we
it's
don't
just
know.
another dimension.
Well, we'll know someday when we pass. We'll probably have all that information.
Or nothing.
So the Hulbert House has got this one spirit there that was so strong, and it was a girl. And there's been evidence of that. Somebody took a picture of her in the basement. I don't know why she's walking around a creepy old basement. I saw her in the kitchen. I was looking out the thing, and I saw a little girl walk by the door, then stand in the window and look in, and then keep walking. And I said to Eileen, "Are your 2 daughters here?" She goes, "No, there's a school night. I don't bring them here on a school night. There's a little girl in the other room."
Who's
And she
this
just
little girl?
looked in the room, and walked past the window. So hello, put two and two together.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we were doing an event there. We had John Zaffis with us, and we had a thing called a ghost box, which I actually have two of them here.
Oh, sweet.
What this is an AM/FM radio that sweeps through stations, and the concept is that spirits can communicate through this box. So, John
It's
was
radio
upstairs.
waves.
Right, John was upstairs on the 3rd floor. This was an event we did, so we sold tickets. He had like 10 women up there that bought tickets as guests, and they started talking to the spirit, and she kept saying, "It's me." She kept saying her name was me. It's me. She probably didn't understand. So they're asking her, talking to her, and then they say, "Why haven't you moved on me? Why haven't you gone to the light?" She says, "I can't. John won't let me." So apparently there was another spirit there named John. So as this thing evolved, I came in towards the tail end of it. I walked innocently into the room to see what was going on. All of a sudden, the spirit box started to scream, and they all stopped and looked at me, and John Zaffis goes, "Richie, get out of the room." So I backed out of the room, went into the hallway, and stopped screaming. Now, my associate Dave came in through another door, walked into the room innocently. The box started screaming again. They're like, "Get out!" So Dave's like, "What did I do?"
Or what happens
So
so
he
if you
walked
don't?
out. So we're outside of the room, and I said, "What's going on?" And the best that they could guess was that maybe someone hurt her, like a man,
Yeah.
when she was a child.
Okay.
So essentially, where this is going is they said, "Me, you need to go to the light. Go to the light." Finally, they did whatever they could. All these women together, holding hands, inspiring this child spirit. They told John to let her go, leave her alone, leave her alone. They said, "Go to the light." And as long as the day is, I sit here before you and I tell you, I heard her say, "I see the light." And they're like, "Go, go, go." She goes, "I'm going." I heard that. Then they're going, "Go, go," and they're crying, and it's just this big thing going on. Then all of a sudden, it says, "Bye-bye," and that was it. Gone. Now, I've been back to that place probably 8, 9, 10 times, and I cannot contact her.
Nothing.
Feel her, see her, nothing.
What would have happened if you stayed in the room with the scary guy?
Look at my arm, Jeff.
I don't know.
I'm
I
not
don't
even
know.
kidding you.
These are things that I can't explain.
You got to
but
get
I
a
can-
ballsy dude to just stay in there. Like when
Well,
you guys just be like, "Listen, you
would it be
or a
hurtful to
stupid
the
dude be like,
spirit?
"Oh, you."
What's that?
Would that be like? I mean,
Well,
if bad things are
think about
happening,
it. If there's a spirit trapped there that I guess some of the things or some of the concepts that people pitch is that if you did something bad in life and you die, that's like kind of like
Purgatory.
yeah.
You don't want to go because you're afraid where you're going to end up.
Right.
Because we're consciously led to believe there's a heaven and a hell.
Sure.
Based on faith.
Yep.
So they're there and they're alone. Now, if there's another spirit there, especially a child or whatever, you feel connected like a human. If the world ended and you're the only person alive, you probably eventually, for a while, you go crazy. This is awesome. And then you basically start to go insane because you don't have any kind of contact. And I think that's possibly the same with spirits, that when they find other spirits, they kind of want to be with each other. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
one wants one to be there and the other may not. But, one could have control. But so essentially, when we got her to leave, essentially, whatever spirits were there, she was the youngest one, probably the strongest one. And then basically after she left, I don't know if they remained there, if they went on to other places, but I've investigated the place numerous times after. I can't even get an EVP.
Nothing.
I can't get anything.
Radio
I
silence.
actually have a voice of her on my iPad.
How loud does
of
it
her,
go?
her saying, "It's me."
Is it loud, your iPad?
Help.
Hold it
Yeah.
right up to the microphone.
Yeah, actually,
We did Ron Jeremy over the phone.
we've been on a budget.
Yeah.
Can I ask
stereo.
Can I ask a Rand? I just got a question.
Go ahead, man. Ask whatever you
so-
want. It's your show, man.
So, going back to what you were saying earlier about how you have there's ghost, and then there's spirits. What makes one stronger than another? Like why?
Audios. Go ahead.
What would make a spirit stronger than a ghost? Like what would determine that?
Like I said, a spirit or a ghost is something just trapped in time.
It's just a time thing.
Right.
It's not an energy
like a
thing.
loop. It's like a loop.
Right, exactly. It's like a real
Stuck in the multiverse.
Like something's just constantly repeating itself
Yeah.
over and over and over. There's no end or anything.
All right, that kind of.
Whereas
Why?
spirit-
I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to
you want to
understand.
know why?
Well, no, yeah.
Why are they-
and then
why are
he
they
said
in the
a
loop?
spirit has like intelligence where it can
Okay.
actually interact
I
with
got
us.
a very paranormal-oriented question I want to ask you.
Sure, go ahead. Hit me with it.
If you're gonna
I
tell
need
me
your
there's.
code for the Wi-Fi.
Is it about Bigfoot?
You got to give
Is
him
it,
the code
is it
for
sweaty balls?
Yeah,
That
Sweaty
is
Balls
Sweaty
is
Balls.
us.
That is our Wi-Fi really
Michael-
called Sweaty Balls?
Yeah,
13350.
You set it up that first day with
I
sweaty
did. It
balls.
is Sweaty Balls.
Oh wait, no, that one's Michael 88. Try that.
Try Michael 88.
Nice.
Doesn't
We're gonna
matter.
get- we're gonna get
Doesn't
him on-
matter. We're changing them tomorrow.
Yeah, we're getting hacked.
There's probably going to be a Sophia something
Sweaty
tomorrow.
balls.
We're gonna have a group of people
Michael
sitting on your
88.
doorstep, just
Yeah.
logging on. Poor college kids.
Yeah, with a
I
co-
get so many requests from people that basically play with the Ouija boards and
That's-
all kinds of shit goes
That's
wrong.
the thing that I don't
And
wanna
they
mess
wanna-
with.
And then basically, they freak out. And the first thing I always tell them is, first of all, remain calm. Ouija boards basically are nothing more than cardboard in a game. However, the intent of what you're doing with that is what determines what will happen. Let me see if you can hear this.
Let's go back to Ouija boards.
Yeah, we got to go back. I got a question about that
Me
Me
too.
too. I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'll
I want
I'll
to
be
hear this.
patient.
I gotta. Yeah, we got time.
Will you turn my gain down a little bit to E-Money? I'm number 2.
Just a little bit.
Okay,
Here we go.
let me see if I can. First of all, we can hear this. And I'll explain.
We heard it, so
Okay,
there.
now hold on.
So we'll play it again.
Who is the president?
Nixon?
Right. Now, what you just heard was me talking to a spirit box in Utica, New York, at the shops at the finish line. I said, "Who is the president?" And then immediately said, "Nixon." I'll play it for you again.
Yeah, play it one more time.
Wait,
I
the
wanna
finish
know-
line, the sneaker store, the finish line?
No.
No.
I was like, that place is haunted.
Who is the president?
Nixon.
You can hear that.
Oh,
I
that
heard
that is
Nixon.
crystal
I heard
clear.
Nixon.
And if you ever listen to, I went to YouTube to see if I could find anything of Richard Nixon, and he sounds just like that. That's
Really?
sort of bizarre.
I was going to say, that's definitely an older sounding
Can you
guy.
do that one more time? I'm sorry. I really want to hear that one more
All right,
time.
okay, hold on. I'm going to place it right now. Ready? Who is the president?
Nixon.
Dude, he says it like Nixon,
Nixon.
too. Like, Nixon.
Nixon.
All right, I'm going to play for you this clip from the Hulbert house. This is the girl. This is two of my investigators, Nicole, and they're in a room, and they're talking, and you can hear them say, "It's getting really cold in here." And then essentially what's going to happen is you're going to hear a young girl ask for help. So let me just find it. And I got you guys all...
Oh, you got our attention.
Dude,
For real.
you have no idea.
For real. We're never this quiet. I don't know if you've seen any of our shows,
Yeah,
but
we're
usually
not.
like,
We're-
"Blah."
Yeah, we're just kind of. I love this.
I love it. This is what I
A
was
lot
it
of
is.
people were waiting for this
Yeah,
show
they
too.
were. Everybody was excited.
All right, so I'll preempt this, and you're going to hear her say, "Help me." Ready?
Yes, sir.
Is someone in here with us? Can you make yourself known?
I heard it.
Sounded like a young person.
It
Sounds
was.
like a little girl.
It's a little more.
It was.
It's,
Help me.
yeah,
I'll
it
play
was
it again
very
for
quiet.
you.
Yeah, do it one, please, one more time.
Is someone in here with us? Can you make yourself known?
Help. Straight up. Hear that?
But-
Perfect.
Little.
That was the Hulbert house where I told you the deliverance happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And before that, we used to pick her up on audio recorders and all kinds of stuff. Here's
That
one.
was me.
Here's
that
one.
was the
basically,
little girl called me.
Yes, that was the little girl called me.
Yeah.
Here's one that basically we did an investigation in a house with my associate Pete, and out of the static of this Frank's box, you're just gonna hear static. A voice comes out, and it's an electronic sound of voice, and it says Peter. So I'll play this. For you.
Yeah, let's hear this.
Takes a second to loading because
That's cool, man.
You're all good, man.
on the cloud. Here we
Are
go.
you on a time schedule, or are you good?
Yes, am I looking at you?
I'll play it again. But did you hear it say Peter?
I did.
Let me hear it again.
Jesus Christ, will you stop that shit? That wasn't even funny, man.
I heard that, Peter.
I just,
Damn it! I was like trying to concentrate on hearing it. I missed the whole thing. But
dude, my head almost hit the ceiling.
All right,
You're
here's
a jerk.
here's a clip of one being sort of rude and calling my one investigator a bitch.
I'm not closing my eyes anymore. I hate you.
And it can follow you home, by the way.
It's not going to follow me home. Bitch.
So-
yeah, I heard that. Bitch.
I want to get back to you said it can follow you home.
No,
yeah,
shut
I've
up,
had
Eric.
cases where it actually has, and it's
Do you do the St.
I
Michael
don't-
prayer?
I don't know.
Because I was around a couple ghost hunters once at the Herkimer County Jail, and I asked them, I said, "Are you ever worried about them?" And I had my children there, and they're like, "Wow, if you're like, because everyone wants to stray away from the religion thing." They said, "Are you religious?" And I said, "Yeah, I was born Catholic." I said, "So we did a prayer to
religion's got
St.
nothing
Michael
to do with it.
to keep the demons from staying away. You can't pray them away."
What
Do you think they
demons?
really care?
Wow.
What
You-
demons?
You don't believe in poltergeist type stuff, though,
Poltergeist isn't a demon.
or exorcism type of things, that like
Okay,
being
so
possessed, dynamic.
Let me
Yes.
tell you what. Let me tell you what happens when you get attacked, because I've been attacked more than once. I did an investigation at the Hinsdale House, which is outside of Buffalo. It's out in the middle of nowhere, and I call it the Parafrat House because the group that runs it, they're great people, but they pretty much go there on the weekends and build a bonfire and drink and hang out, then go ghost hunting afterwards.
That's
It's
pretty
hysterical.
cool. I like it.
I mean, I think it's
Sign
awesome.
me up.
That's what. That's
Can we go there
That's what
some
I would do.
weekend?
So, anyways, the house had 2 exorcisms done on it. Okay.
Okay.
And there's some stories of murder and all this other stuff. I can't confirm that because I don't have the historical details.
Oh, that's.
However, during the Frank's Box session, Frank's Box is the electronic voice I was talking about, the ghost box. Chris Moon was doing a thing, asking questions, and then all of a sudden he reached out to the guests. He looked at me because I was standing there filming everything. He goes, "Anybody got questions, Rich?" I go, "Yeah." I go, "Hey, do you want us to call a priest? And we want to have a 3rd exorcism here?" And then Chris looked up at me and goes, "Dude, why?" I go, "I don't know. You asked me to ask a question. That's what I thought of." So after that, things were just normal for me. When the event started to end, I started to feel like woozy, like really kind of like tired. I'm like, I told Pete, because I took Pete with me. I go, "Pete, I got to go back to the hotel. I feel like I ran a marathon. I'm exhausted." He goes, "You sure?" I go, "Yeah. It just." He goes, "Are you all right? Coming down with something?" I go, "No, it's strange. I feel like my energy is like going.
Pulled
it's like
down.
leaving me. I don't feel sick. I just feel completely drained." So we went out and we had a couple beers, and I pretty much almost fell asleep at the table at the bar. Went back to the room, crashed. We stayed at a hotel, and the next day I drove back. I had a horrible backache, and I'm like, something's wrong. I got home, and then boom, it hit me. I was like on the couch, nauseous, curled up in a ball, and my wife was like, "What is wrong with you?" She goes, "You go out for one night, come back, and now you're useless for the day." I said, "I don't know what's going on, but I feel like something just took everything from me." So I called Chris Moon up, and I was talking to him. He goes, "You got your energy zapped. You got to go out and ground yourself." So I had to go out and do this thing called grounding. Pretty much is where you go out inside, and stand on actual ground, like the lawn, stand out there barefoot, and kind of like it's like kind of an old pagan witchy thing, you do.
Earthing.
But
It's called
it's
earthing.
weird.
It's a real thing. You have
But
to-
it's
yeah.
weird. I did it, and
still
I
got your
started to
little thing?
feel a little bit better. And then, actually, I went back inside, but I still didn't feel right.
Let me interrupt you for one quick second. Do you see that on the other side of Joe? There's a ball of speaker wire right there. You see that?
I don't see it.
Oh,
no.
it's on.
It's
the
hard
other
to
side.
see around Joe.
Well,
I'm a large man.
right there. Grab that. Show him that wad of wire. What that is that wad of wire runs out that window to a nail spiked into the ground, because that's a real thing. Earthing is a real thing. Those pagans were onto something. You got to.
Well-
You touch the wire, you stay grounded.
Exactly. So
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
that,
was,
ladies
I
and
went back
gentlemen.
and I did the grounding thing a couple times. It didn't work right away. I went back in the house and I felt so sick, and I just told I've never felt so sick in my life. I'm going to take a quick nap. So I laid down for a couple hours. I opened my eyes. I sat right up, and she's like, "What's the matter?" I go, "Nothing. I feel completely, perfectly fine." She goes, "It's impossible." I said, "I feel like nothing ever happened." I stood up, went over, made myself a sandwich, cracked open a beer. She goes, I've never seen it before. I said, I have no idea. I have no idea what happened to me. I feel completely like nothing ever happened. I don't feel sick. I'm not running a fever. I don't feel warm. I don't feel achy. I don't feel anything.
Nothing back to
So
normal.
I called up a few people in the field, and they said to me, yeah, you got zapped. You pissed it off, and it got zapped. That's how these things attack you. They go for energy. Remember I told you before that you can feel them?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're energy-based?
Yeah.
Well, they can take energy from you. So that's the best explanation I got for it. And that's actually the second time that happened to
Do you
me.
think they could take you over, though? Do you think these...
Well, now you're going into possession.
Yeah.
Now
think
you're going
they-
into demonic.
Do you think that the possession is a thing?
Possession is a real thing.
You're not afraid of that?
No, not at all.
Why?
Because essentially, in order for possession to happen, you need to be doing something you shouldn't be.
Like a Ouija board?
Well, a Ouija board is a
with
good
them?
way to open a door up.
That's what I tell my kids. Do not mess with... Am I too far?
You're good right
The
there.
problem is
That's why I tell my kids,
you
stay away
open
from
yourself up in something, and not always can it be something bad, but something bad has the opportunity to come through. Now, to swing back around for about 5 minutes ago, I mentioned something about things can follow you home.
Yes, I just was trying to
Okay.
divert right away from that conversation.
Here's the thing.
I wanna hear it.
Here's the thing. Say you're a paranormal investigator like me.
Okay.
You go into a case. You're talking to spirit, asking questions. What's your name? All of a sudden, the spirit's like, "Oh my God, this person knows my name. They're talking to me." You know, I'm gonna follow them home.
All right, so they're not
I
just
can
gonna
talk-
follow me home.
So I can talk some more to them. And I had an experience. It was like 2 a.m. I was in bed. My wife wasn't home. She was up at Turning Stone doing her thing. And I was laying in bed, and all of a sudden, the room got cold. And all of a sudden, there's a bathroom that's attached to my bedroom. And all of a sudden, I heard the door go.
No way.
And it got really, really dark. And all of a sudden, my dog, I've got a small dog, he's like 18 pounds.
Okay.
The only time he gets up and goes to the foot of bed and sits there and wags his tail when someone comes home, like my wife. Now, my wife's telling me he knows it.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he was under the covers. He come crawling up from on the covers where my knees are, up to where my chest is, got out, went to the end of the bed and sat there and was wagging his tail.
Like somebody was home.
Hey, somebody's here. Now, that gave it total merit because dogs are very, very sensitive. So, essentially, what I had to do is, and I basically said, who's there? Just typical questions.
Yeah.
So, it happened to me the following night, and that's when I said I had enough of it. So, I got out of bed and I said, you're going to leave. You're never going to come back here. You're never going to bother me again. If you do, I will do something to make sure you never talk to another human being again. So, I started to get a little ugly, and then stopped, and never happened again.
So you talk smack to a ghost.
If it follows me home. If I go do an investigation, we do not. When we go to a client's
How do you
home
think it
or
follows
property,
you home? You think it
okay,
flies next to your car, or you think it goes in the car
they
with
can
you?
they can do whatever they want.
Probably
I mean,
sense
some of
your
my
energy.
some investigators said they were driving home, and all of a sudden, the complete rear mirror was completely pitch black. You couldn't see the back seat or anything.
So they're
That's
just like
fucking
time and
creepy.
space doesn't really matter for them.
Right. Here's the thing. When I go to a house, say you're your client, and you call me and say, Rich, I got something going on. The problem is there are a lot of paranormal groups. Someone go in and like, yeah, we're going to go battle a demon. So they're going in confronting this, and they're basically battling it. And
trying to pick
they're
a fight,
pissing it off.
essentially.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Now
do that.
all you've done is agitated it, and now then these poor people who are the homeowners now,
They have to deal with it.
They have to deal with it. So we go in. The first thing we do is we come out. Say you call me, all right? You got something going on. You call me. We try to talk to you over the phone. If we feel that it is paranormal, and not everything is paranormal, we don't just go,
You get
hey, I think
bombarded
something's
with
going on.
bullshit all the time?
Yeah, I
Is
think
that
something's
what you
going
thought
on. Can
we
you come to
were
my
when we
house?
called you?
We don't just show up, okay?
No, it doesn't
So the
work.
first thing we do is do a phone consult and basically try to find out if we can find any holes in the story that just don't make sense to us, okay?
Okay.
The next thing we do is we feel there's something going on, especially if there's a child in need.
Do you have an
know.
example of something like what you mean by like a hole in the story? Like, what are you looking for?
Well, I mean, I've had people call me and all of a sudden, basically, they forgot to mention drug use, that they forgot to mention that they're schizophrenic and things like that.
Yep.
So
Yeah, they're on the
Okay.
bath
those things.
salts.
So or based on the fact that they're leasing a place and they want to get out of their lease, so please, Mr. Ghost Hunter, come over and say the place is haunted. And
Yeah,
so,
no.
So that sort of thing.
That's what I
You
wanted to
know
clarify.
people that do that?
Absolutely.
Well, they're smart people. They're kind of
So,
genius.
so what we do
Yeah.
is we go and we do a consult. We show up, we just meet with you, sit down, talk to you, give us a lay of the land. We don't do any investigating. We're just there to meet you, talk to the family,
Want another beer?
take a walk around. No, I'm good. And see if we can find anything. Then, based on that, then we actually determine. The group makes the decision. If we want to do the investigation or not. If we do, we figure out a team that fits the size of the location.
Sure.
We send a team in. Now, essentially,
What's the biggest team you got?
we got about 15 people.
You could send a 15-man crew in there?
We can sit about 15 people.
I would feel better with 15 people, wouldn't you?
I don't know if
I
would.
would just me and you walking into a creepy-ass place. We'd be like,
I'm not walking even into your basement after we hang up here.
Now, in addition to doing investigations for private people to help them, we don't charge for that. We also do fundraising events where we go in and we do investigations at historical properties, raise money for the place, and they keep all the money. So, like in Fulton, we do the Fulton County Museum.
Beersley? You do Beersley?
No. Beersley's an independent business, but for an historical property place, we help raise the money. We give them enough money they can keep the heat on all winter long.
Right.
I mean, I've done events. I mean, I've probably raised my group and myself with that group. We probably raised maybe $15,000-$20,000 so far.
That's awesome.
For
Have you been
facilities.
to Beersley?
Yeah, the only thing
think
I've
it's
ever saw is
haunted?
dust. And orbs, by the way,
I love
before
the
you can talk
basement,
about
though,
orbs,
don't
orbs are dust. If you take a picture of it in your camera and you see it, it's dust. If you look and you see a ball of light moving around in front of your eye, that is an orb.
So,
Have you heard
we
anything
just
about
debunked that.
I love aliens and paranormal stuff, and some say that the demons are actually, in some documentaries I've watched, that demons are actually the aliens, and they're using to screw with like the humans.
Well, yeah, but you can also go back to talk about aliens, and of course, I'm kind of a newbie on the subject of aliens, but based on some stories that I've been told, that they believe there was some merit that there was a race of aliens here called reptilians.
Oh, yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I've heard, yeah, I've
And
heard of this.
when the other alien races, the Nordics or the Greys, whatever. Again, I'm reaching out,
So
so if
you
I'm
do
wrong
know
to your
your
audience,
aliens a little
so if I'm
bit.
wrong,
Yeah.
just let me
Yeah.
finish real quick.
Yeah.
When they came here either for to colonize or to get the resources, natural resources like gold, whatever, and they took over and destroyed these reptilians or drove these reptilians underground. And essentially, they're just an evil group of aliens. So essentially, what they're saying is that people are saying, well, the angels are like the good aliens that came. That's where the angels come from. And the demons are the reptilian race that was drove into the ground, underground towards the core of the earth.
Sure.
Hence hell, demons. And they try to break through. There must be some barrier keeping them in from coming to here, some kind of, I don't know, mystical plane. I don't know. I'm reaching here. But essentially, that's what they could be. And essentially, that whenever you mention God or Jesus Christ or something, that essentially that's like these are aliens or whatever, and basically they just...
Did that spook you, Joe?
Yeah, it did. What was
There
that?
was
such a
something-
girl.
What was that? Oh, Tony.
No,
Boyd went
don't
off.
jerk around with me, Eric.
I didn't do anything.
Knock your shit.
Tony's light, I think, went
Dude,
off.
something freaking flickered over there, and I
Joe-
saw it.
Joe
My tortoise
snapped
has a
into
light.
that
It's
corner
on
and
a
started
timer.
staring.
Gotcha.
His timer went off.
Oh, is that the explanation here?
That's what it was.
So essentially, maybe that's the alien connection. I don't know. Then there's also the alien connection to Bigfoot and everything.
Nobody knows. I love Bigfoot.
So
What's your thoughts on Bigfoot?
we actually do a Bigfoot presentation. We did one at Woodgate, sold it out. We had a guy come in a full, like, not Bigfoot costume, but that suit. They
Yeah.
call what do they call that suit?
The ghillie suit?
Yes, thank you.
yes,
He
the
came in a
ghillie
ghillie
suit.
suit, and we did a whole informational presentation on Bigfoot. We do an amazing
Are
one
you a
on
believer?
aliens.
When are
Amazing one on
you,
aliens, and it ties to Griffiths Air Force Base.
When are you doing your
Lockheed
next
Martin
presentation?
supposedly has a lot of ties to aliens, and they're right on the way to Syracuse, big old.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
ironically, just because I was in the military and did air defense, they have a lot of air defense equipment. Ironically, just chilling in their parking lot.
Oh, they do?
Oh yeah, a lot
wonder
of
what that's
radar
for.
detection.
We got a lot of stuff.
Dude,
Those
they got a
towers
lot
up
of
in
crazy.
Middleville?
Yeah, but they have like stuff that I was using in the war.
Really?
Like, why do you need that crap at Lockheed Martin and Syracuse?
You don't know.
Because
Who
they're
knows?
checking out.
Missile defense, right?
Yeah.
But you guys, and I tell people, if you're gonna get involved in the paranormal, you have to be smart, and you have to basically not think. Number one, don't think everything's demonic, and number two, if you think you're in a situation where you're dealing with something demonic,
Yeah.
walk away.
Just walk away.
If you don't
That's
know what
I'm
you're
saying.
doing,
Like, I'm not afraid of, like,
walk away.
friendly ghosts. I mean, if you need help or whatever, whatever.
I did
But
an
just-
investigation.
I don't
at
want to be
the-
possessed.
No,
Or
I did
my
an
kids or
investigation
anything.
at the Fulton County Museum. Was doing a spirit box session. I had 3 women that were they bought tickets, came to the event with me, and they're doing a session. All of a sudden, the box said "Kill Rich," and I looked at the girls. I said, "Did that just say kill Rich?" And they're like, "Yes, it did." So one girl got mad and started yelling at the box. How dare you? You know, and she's basically.
Because that's going to do something.
I was like, so I didn't really think much of it, and I went and talked to the curator, and he goes, well, it's been kind of a bad year for paranormal investigators. I go, why? What happened? Well, we had one guy that used to investigate here. He got in a motorcycle accident, and I think he lost his head. And I'm like, okay. Then I had another one that basically had a heart attack and just died. And I'm like, and then I just had a voice come through and said, kill Rich. So now you got me a little slightly concerned. Months go by, months, and it's a November night, it's dark, I'm driving home, and a freak accident, and I actually almost run into the back of a tractor that's parked into the road at night, and I end up going through a herd of cows, bounced off a couple cows, totaled my car. And
What kind of car?
It was a 2015 Toyota RAV4. So it only had like 4,000 miles on it.
Like brand new. Yeah.
So totaled that. So I didn't think anything correlating the two together. Then months go by, I go out to Denver the following year to do the Lumber Baron Inn with Chris Moon. And then I'm sitting in this room where the girls were murdered, and all of a sudden I'm by myself. I got my Frank's box turned on, it's just going, and all of a sudden here, Rich. And I'm like, looking around, I'm like, there's nobody in the room but me. I'm like, yeah, who wants to talk to me? It's like, you're still alive. And I'm like, oh, you son of a bitch.
That son of a bitch almost tried to kill you.
I turned it off, and it took me like a long time before I even turned that thing back on again.
What was his beef with you?
I don't know. I don't know what it is, what it was, if it actually, if everything correlated together. It's just seemed that it's very coincidental that it asked, said kill me, then I had the accident, and then basically it brought that up. But I talked to some people who do this sort of thing, and they said that sometimes it happens. Like Chris Moon told me he had gotten into an accident, and after it said something to him about, I can do that to you again if I want to. So you don't know what you're playing around with. So it's best to basically to be a paranormal investigator. And first of all, never investigate by yourself. I tell people that. Of course, I didn't know when I first started, but never investigate by yourself. Always investigate with someone who knows protocol.
And protocol, can we go down protocol?
Well,
Yeah,
let's be the standard SOP.
Yeah, what's standard SOP here?
Of ghost stuff.
Protocol can be anything to learn how to dial 911 on your phone if your fellow investigator drops on the floor, to basically sensing that something's going bad. Or essentially, be observant. The two best things you have for paranormal investigating are your tools, are your ears and your eyes, your senses, and your nose. I can't tell you. There's been a few times when I smelled an extreme odor of defecation.
Really?
Yes, and there's been times I walked by a house and heard yoo-hoo, and I just stopped and looked over. That happened to me one time. We were doing an investigation, 4 of us. We walked by, it was Erie Canal Village. We weren't in Erie Canal Village. We were off the property, walking by,
right by
and there was a
Fort
home, and we're like, oh, look at that, and all of a sudden we hear yoo-hoo, and there was like 4 of us, and we all stopped and like, dude, did you just hear a girl go yoo-hoo? And there's like 4 dudes. And we're like, yeah, I heard that. So I've heard it. I've seen it. I did an investigation at Salisville Hotel, and I walked past the dining room, and there was a woman in a pink dress, and she looked at me and went behind like a pillar, like one of those, but it was much bigger. And she had a big pink like old style dress on. I did a session right in there. I said to the girl who was just here, "What color is your dress?" And I said, "Pink." I'm like, "Damn." So seeing things, you do it enough, you start to see, hear, and smell things. But you don't get scared.
Any taste? You ever taste anything?
No, not yet. I've been in a place where they had a fire where people died, and all I could smell was smoke.
Really?
And 2 people were like, we don't smell it. And I go to Pete, how can you not smell? It smells like burning embers are in my nose. And he's like, I smell it. And they're like, oh, we don't smell it at all.
I have a question. What would you say? This actually happened to me. I just always chalked it up to being really hammered and super lucky. But me and my buddy, this is 15 years ago, we're flying on a back street out in the middle of nowhere. Definitely neither one of us should have been in a vehicle. And I'm sticking my head out the sunroof, and we're just about to come around like a super sketchy corner. And I'm not even bullshitting. I saw a little girl in a white dress, and she told me to slow down. Well, she said slow down. So I I got back in the car, and I told my friend that was driving, and I was like, I think you should slow down. He turned the corner, and if we were going any faster, we would have blasted a deer. And and he was like, "How'd you know to slow down?" And I was
So
like,
some spirit.
I was like, I don't know. I still haven't told him to this day that because I was like, dude, I'm hammered. I just,
I think you were. See, this goes
But I
back
swear
to finding
God,
the loophole.
It
and
was
the
a
problem.
little. It was. I can remember. It was a little girl in a white dress. Like
But you were drunk, so it rules it out. So there's your hole in the story.
Yeah, I was like, I was hammered, but I swear to God, a little girl was like, slow down. I got in the car, or I put my head back in the sunroof, told my buddy to slow down around the corner.
Drunk.
And we would have blasted a deer.
He was drunk.
Well, sometimes that is something telling you maybe a child died there
Yeah, you don't
in
know.
that area.
Slow it down.
Basically,
Back to Rich's story about his dogs and how his dogs have like this kind of intuition on it.
Almost all dogs do.
Last night
or
they
say.
before Rich came here, I got on YouTube and I was.
Don't they say aren't cats even stronger into it, Rich? Or
That's
no?
better.
my understanding is that
1, 2.
is
Better?
that birds are the most sensitive, followed by cats, followed by dogs.
Okay.
Well, last night because you were coming here, I had to do my research.
Way better.
So I hopped on YouTube
Dude,
So-
if I hear
and
something,
I-
I'm gonna freak.
and I was checking out all sorts of like these ghost stories that are like supposedly legit. Now there's this story that dates back to like I think it was like 1910 or maybe a little bit before that, where they were still on horses. People didn't have cars, right? And this dude was riding his horse home, and on his way home down the dirt road, like he saw like something in the distance, and he's like, "What the hell is that?" You know, and his horse just stopped. His horse wasn't going any further. So the horse comes up, or so this thing comes up to him, and he was scared to death. He's like, he was so frightened he couldn't move. Like the horse wasn't about to go anywhere, and he wasn't going anywhere either. He's like, I couldn't run. So apparently, what happened was the ghost came up to him, and it was his wife who had passed. And his wife said to him, she said, "Honey, do not go home tonight. Whatever you do, stay out. Do not come home." So he didn't really have any other place to go because it was back in the day and they were out in the country and stuff. So he went home, but when he got home, he was very leery and cautious. So he opened the door, or he noticed there was a window that was open that he left shut. He opened the door and he was just looking around and he noticed a string running across like the two doorways or whatever, and he had like a cane type thing, and he touched the string and there was a shotgun rigged up to shoot him, to execute him, and he pulled the thing and the shotgun went off and would have hit him in the chest. But that's the story that was online. But that's the same thing about the horses. The horse stopped and said, there's something there.
I did it. We did an event at the Hulbert House in Boonville, and we had a lot of guests there. And the building was locked in, so people couldn't just walk in. You know, we rented the building for the weekend.
So you guys, it was your own.
It was just us,
just you guys.
just us. So it was Friday night. We're getting ready to do an investigation, and there's two guests that came in from Connecticut, an older guy and a younger guy, and we were basically we went up to the third floor, which is the old creepy level where it looks like it just after the Civil War everything just stopped.
Awesome. I love that.
I was just gonna say I love.
I
places
love
like
that.
We were up there, and the guy goes to me, the younger guy he goes, yeah, this place is so cool. He goes, that's really cool how you dressed that woman up downstairs to look like, like the old style. I go, what are you talking about, the women we dressed up? He goes, the lady sitting on the bench in front of the attic entrance. She smiled and said, hi, and I just came up.
Gnarly.
I go, dude, there's no old lady here.
Yeah, just us.
There's an old lady. She has a big boofy dress. She's got gray hair. She smiled, and he started to freak out. His buddy had to grab him and say, calm down. He goes, dude, she was there. I talked to her. She was freaking there. And I go, no. So I went downstairs to look around. There was no – first of all, I know everyone who was there.
Well, yeah,
there
they're
was
all with
no
you.
old lady in the building,
Yeah.
especially dressed up in the period of
Right.
like post-Civil War.
Right.
So he was freaking out. I mean, he's like, I got to get out of here. And so he went downstairs to the main level, and he sat at the bar and started to have a couple beers. And I'm like, you're all right? He goes, she talked to me. She talked to me. She said hello and smiled to me. She was there, flesh and blood, sitting right there. And I go, all right, well, there's a few people here, so let's go around. And I go, this is Eileen? Nope. What about this? Nope. And this is her, the housekeeper lady is here. Nope. He go, and Eileen's like, that's the only people that are here. There's only people who work here.
Nobody else.
He was freaking out. I mean, I thought we were going to. I mean, I thought he was going to pack up.
How
and
many
leave.
cameras do you guys have? I would set them up every
We
corner,
do.
every
We
inch.
have.
You
we
brought a
have
couple devices with you, and I want to
Yeah.
hurry up and see these things.
Okay. Well, first of all,
Sorry. I'm
this
getting
is
excited.
stuff. This is stuff I call fringe equipment. Fringe equipment is essentially This is
Stuff that normal
ghost hunting
people buy.
equipment developed for the ghost hunting world.
Yeah.
And, I don't really know if it really works or not, but I bought it because as an investigator, I see this stuff on the para TV shows and all that stuff. And so you got to try it. You got to see if there's any merit to it. So this is called an ovulus.
Click on, he's on 2, camera 2.
Camera 2, yeah.
right.
Go.
This is the ovulus. And how this is supposed to work
got it.
is that there's a dictionary of words in here, and a spirit can look into the dictionary and pull out words. So it can say, what are you, demon, or whatever.
Yeah.
Right now it says thing.
Show that to camera 2,
So,
which is right next
every
to
once
Joe.
in a while you'll be using it and it'll talk. It's actually it's got a vocal side to it, so it'll say thing, Or if it says laugh, it'll go ha ha. So it gives you the wording on the screen, but it also gives you an audible tone. Okay?
Yep.
This is called a spirit box. This is kind of the larger one. It runs forward and backwards. The concept
What's
of
the
this
price on this? What's the price on that?
that's like $350.
$350.
This is like probably $69 or $99. Now, how this works is you can go to AM and FM. You can adjust the sweep rates. So
And it's got a flashlight
it's-
on it.
Yep. It stops like 50 milliseconds all the way up to like 300 milliseconds. So it goes through the whole entire band of FM from the beginning to the end and keeps looping around. And so you'll hear at the slower speeds, you'll hear like, parts of a radio. And I'll play it for you. So this is on. All right, so I'm going to go to...
Is there anybody here?
hold on.
Are you serious? You
Hell
can't.
yeah.
No.
This place burned down. This place was old.
Gina, he might have to cuddle
Dude,
Joe
this is
tonight.
not-
Go home with Joe. Go
Yeah,
home
don't-
with Joe.
Dude, no, it's going to your house.
No, they can
no,
stay in-
I'm sending it with
they
you.
can- they
Sarah
can-
will
they
make
can
it some
stay in your
pies.
son's
No.
room with Pat.
No, Pat, they got cool kids over at Jeff's house. My kid's a little jerk sometimes. He just yells and hits things. Like, he's not fun. You're going to want to go to Jeff's house. Sophia is adorable. Mr. Ghost of Anywheres and
so-
Deep Vapors.
You can hear it going through the station.
Yes. It's like you're running your finger across an old radio dial, just one to the next.
And you can ask a question and see if it answers. Can you tell me how many people are in the room?
Yeah, wait, what was that?
Dude, I heard 6.
Can you tell me how many
That's-
people are
Cody,
in the room?
That's 5, so there's got to...
I swear to God, I heard 6.
Can you tell me my name? Can you tell me how many spirits are in this building?
My headphones just did something really weird.
You're going to die, Joe.
Shut up. Shh. Quiet.
Can you tell me what year it is? Can you tell me the name of anyone who died in this building?
Dude.
There's something very faint.
That last one?
Well, you also got to remember that something's going to pick up radio chatter.
Sure.
Correct.
If it samples a radio station,
Wait, what the hell was that?
that's the ovulus. It's in your hand. What does it say?
I don't know. I just heard this is I'm done.
It
Touch
says, it says something right on the screen. What does it say?
I don't
Dictionary property.
Property?
property.
Joe, that ghost owns your ass.
No.
So for $69, that's way more accurate than this guy.
Yeah, but
Dude, I heard 6.
can
when
I
he
see
asked
that?
how
Do you
many
mind?
people were in here, I heard a 6 extremely clearly.
Are you more afraid of me than I am of you?
That's not.
You're talking into a box.
This one don't talk? What's
no,
this one do?
that one don't talk. That's the one that they
What
go
do
into the dictionary.
You think it's like a
It's
lion
not
or something?
What are you trying to do? Make a cell phone call?
Are you more afraid of me than I am of you?
They might be.
It's not a lion, dude.
They might be.
What are you going to do, battle it and be like, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Jeff Miller, you know jiu-jitsu.
You gonna break its arm,
You're going
buddy?
to break its arm, buddy, put it in an arm
That's
bar?
why the dude with the sword. What's he gonna do with the sword?
All right, quiet. I want to listen to this.
Do these guys talk a lot?
We don't need any ghosts to tell us. We already know the answer to that. Shut up, Jeff. I'm just kidding.
Can you tell me how many people are in the room?
Should Joe go on a diet?
Well, that's how it works.
Yeah.
It takes some time to run.
Well,
through.
yeah, I
There's
mean,
not stuff everywhere,
do you
though,
mind
It's
if
not,
right?
it's not
Do you
like
mind?
like a monkey that I can make
It's not gonna- it doesn't-
perform on command. So
Yeah, it doesn't work
and it
like
doesn't,
that.
But the other thing is it doesn't necessarily mean there's anything here or possibly anything not here.
Right.
Do you mind if I look at that?
Dude, I tell you what, you want to scare the living shit out of somebody, you bring that on a camping trip.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Out
no.
in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
And you start asking questions.
No doubt.
How many people died in the woods tonight?
Oh, you know.
Are we going to
what's that-
survive the night?
What's that place in where's it, Japan or China? It's a
Oh,
suicide forest.
Suicide Forest, Japan.
Yeah.
That one numbnut that's YouTube famous got in a lot of trouble because he filmed a body that had
You're not even
just
supposed
dropped.
to go in there.
Unless you're, yeah, well, that's the people. The reason they go in there is for there's one reason.
Right. To die.
And he found a dead body, and I guess he took like a thumbnail.
He's an idiot.
Dude, I hate that kid. I won't
Yeah.
even say his name because he doesn't.
I don't even know what his name is.
I
and
do,
don't
but he
care.
doesn't even deserve the publicity.
Yeah, he ain't getting it.
So what do you guys think about this paranormal
I mean,
stuff? You think it's all BS?
I won't lie. I still think it is, but some of your stories, I'm not gonna joke. My hair was freaking. Like,
Well, yes
if
and
that,
no.
if
And
that
to
happened
be
to
honest
me,
with you, the best way to approach this, if you haven't been involved, is to be a skeptic. You know what? Don't let somebody tell you a story to influence how you
Right.
think or feel. Basically, if you want to know if it's real, you need to have proof for yourself.
oh yeah,
And
I'd be
that's
down
why-
to go with people or
Yeah,
something.
but you know what?
like,
Nobody wants to take us because we talk too much.
And that's essentially why you know, based on my experiences, you know, both locally and from afar on investigations that I've been involved in and experiences that I've had. I mean, without a doubt, I totally 100% believe in it. So somebody asked me the other day, they said, Rich, do you believe in life after death? And I'm like, absolutely. Because essentially, how can you explain all the things that I've seen and heard? I actually had, I've had recordings I haven't shared with you of my spirit box during the sessions when I had my associate Pete with us, where essentially it kept asking for Pete. It's like, Peter. And one time I asked, who wants to speak to Peter? And it's like, Dad. And I'm like, Pete, your father wants to talk to you. And Pete's like, I don't want to go down that path. And I mean, I've had people come through. I did an investigation once where it was in the shops and Finish Line in the basement, where a couple, unannounced to me, it was a brother and sister. Unannounced to me, the brother's wife recently passed, like a matter of months. So they're doing their thing, and I was doing a Frank's Box session, and a woman's voice kept coming through, and I said, "Can you please tell me your last name?" And it came through, and it said the last name. And I looked up at the couple, and I said, because first of all, I didn't know their brother and sister. I thought they're actually like husband and wife.
Yeah.
Because they're an older couple. And I said the name, which I'm not going to share.
Yeah.
On here,
Of course.
because it's private and it was personal for them.
Makes sense.
And I said the name, and he, not her, started to cry, and I'm like, what did I just do? You know, and she told me that's his wife.
Huh.
She came through, and he's like, honey, I love you, I miss you, and then came back. And again, I'm sitting there listening. I'm not controlling anything.
That might have been them trying to
Are we
talk
at-
to us
that
through
was
this.
the OBS connecting and reconnecting.
Oh, wonderful.
We good?
Is our stream still live and going good?
Yeah.
Are you? Yeah. All right.
We're good? All right, then we're set.
As long as we're all right.
Maybe they're coming through that. You never know.
I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me.
So
But again,
once again, this
Yeah.
the cheaper device, the Spirit Box,
The lesser
is
expensive.
way more accurate than this
if you go on
ovulator.
YouTube, and you look up like Frank's Box, Spirit Boxes,
Yeah.
Telephone to the Dead, all that stuff, you'll find so many videos of people talking and responses. There's a guy named Christopher Huff that does a lot of stuff online where he basically he believes he talks to celebrities and all this stuff. So there's a lot of it. I mean, it's a tool that's used quite a bit in Ghost Adventures and Ghost Hunters and all that. There's some other stuff too as well that are energy meters. There's energy boxes that we set up called EM pumps.
I was wondering
which
if you were
generate
gonna bring
electromagnetic field. So we believe that a spirit needs energy, so we give them a little juice. Because a lot of times we'll do investigations and all of a sudden our batteries will go dead. We're like, what the hell? You know, so it's not cheap replacing batteries on this handheld
Do
equipment.
you do rechargeables?
Yeah, but it kills them too.
Right.
You can only bring so many of them. So we use these EM pumps almost as a sacrificial batteries. We set them up and they're pulsing energy, so it doesn't need to drain the batteries. Taking energy it's pulsing. So our equipment lasts longer. And then when we do EVP sessions, we usually get stronger, more clearer EVPs when we have the EM pumps, because it's almost like it's giving them some energy in order to try to communicate with us. So we use a lot of those. We use what's called REM pods, which detect electronic fields. So if something comes near it, the alarms will start to go off and lights will go off. We use motion sensors. We use infrared cameras, full spectrum cameras. Full spectrum will give you all spectrums of light: UV, infrared, and visible light.
Yeah.
So we use those. We use things called oh god, what's the name of it? It's a very modified spirit box. It's very loud. It uses guitar pedals. It's called the Portal. It's this big device, and it uses guitar pedals wired into a speaker.
Awesome.
That basically enhances the communication for the spirits. It's called a Portal. You can look it up online. We've got those. We've got thermal imaging cameras. We have a lot of different things. The next thing we're looking at now are these Xbox 360. They call them SLS cameras, where you can see the stick figures, which are supposed to be the ghosts, I guess, or the spirits.
Really?
So there's a lot of different things that you can go into. We have a lot of great locations here in upstate New York. They have a lot of history, and they also have some paranormal activity. I'll be doing some events in the future up the Rucker Mansion Park.
Yeah, please tell
1 and
everybody
3.
where you're going to be.
And I don't have the dates yet, but those are always great because we go into the old nursing home, which is number 1, which is creepy. Really
You do the
creepy,
psych
beyond all
place on
belief.
York Street?
No, the psych center is owned by the state.
So you can't get in. You'd
they
have to
won't
kick
allow
the
you.
back door in.
No, you
I
won't
heard that
let
not the front part was for like display, and then the back building is where the creepy shit happened.
Could be. The Halbert House was a great spot for us. We've done places like the Rome Art Community Center. We've done the shops at the Finish Line. We've even done the Cavo's, the horror place, the Halloween place.
KO?
KO.
KO, yeah, Josh Real. What's up, Josh?
Yeah, he's one of our friends. He went to school.
Yeah,
they went to school
we've
together.
investigated some parts of that building too as well. So there's a lot of different things that places we've been into. We don't share any information on the private investigations because that's basically
that makes
confidential.
completely sense.
Understandable.
But the public places that we go into, doesn't change anything. These places want us to do events there and things of that nature.
Right.
So we're cool about that. And we do it to raise money.
Do you ever collaborate with psychics?
Yes, we have a psychic on our team.
How's
she's,
that?
She's very, very good.
Yeah?
Yes.
Do they
very
ever
good.
freak you out? Like, holy shit, this is
Yeah,
bad?
they've told me some stuff that they shouldn't have not known that I did not reveal to them.
Huh.
And they just and that's how you know.
So again,
That's
something,
smart.
That's something that we're still as a group. We see our group is a scientific group based on scientific evidence.
I like that.
So
Big fan.
the first thing we basically do is, psychics aren't real, this, that, and the other thing. But as we progress as a paranormal group, we started to look more towards the metaphysical as being a real contributor, or also to offer us answers to maybe collaborate what we find. Like,
Yeah.
I do an EVP session. I get a name, Joe.
What's
okay?
EVP?
Now, the psychic, electronic voice phenomenon. Okay, it's a voice.
Gotcha.
It says Joe or Milton or something.
Right.
Then the psychic, if she comes in and basically does her thing and comes up with the name Joe or Milton without us even telling her anything that we got that voice, that adds merit to what we've got.
Yeah.
And adds merit to what she does.
Absolutely.
So I work with psychics and I work with demonologists.
What's a demonologist?
A demonologist is someone who studies the paranormal, studies demonic hauntings. So essentially, that's my
Yeah, you?
demonic hauntings, which are the bad ones, the real bad ones.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of beyond my pay grade. what happened sometimes is I had a
blame you.
collaboration with with John Zaffis's group, the New England group he has, where he would give me cases in upstate New York that reached out to him, and I would go look into it and try to basically figure out if it was something really valid or he would need to get involved because he's in Connecticut, and if it truly was demonic. So I would just go in, interview the people, or do the investigation, and then whatever I captured, I just give to John and say, this is what I found. And he would basically, on his knowledge and his experience, make a determination if it was legit or not. And then basically either handle the case himself or refer it to someone in that area. So, I mean, I had people send me pictures that are all completely dug up and scratched. Looks like a werewolf attacked them. And I'm like, Jesus, that's pretty gruesome.
What would you say, like, the percentage
I'm like,
of...
you need to talk to someone.
Yeah, you guys will talk to
That's
someone.
beyond my scope, so...
What would you say the percentage of, like, a community being haunted is? Is there spirits everywhere?
I think spirits can go wherever they want to.
So you think as we walk around all day long, we're probably surrounded by them?
Well, I think there's spirits that are... I mean, I think there's probably, like anything, there's more than one type of spirit. There could be spirits that are trapped because it's like purgatory. They're going to stay there because they're either maybe reliving an event that they have to, or they're so scared of what they did they don't want to go,
right?
Or they don't understand.
Why
or the spirits that basically that can move around, go wherever they want.
Yeah,
they
just
understand.
walking down the street with you,
they
just
understand
chilling. They're
what's
like,
going
I like
on.
it.
They just go wherever. They're not trapped here because they did something bad or wrong, whatever.
Right.
Because they just haven't gone on to the light. Maybe they have unfinished business. Maybe they want to, And they say that basically spirits can follow people around. A lot of times they talk about people have spirits that are attached to them. Looking over them, whatever. So there's so many. The problem is there's so many different theories and hypotheses. It's tough to determine what's actually real. Each and every paranormal investigator that has any merit that's done work in this field is going to give you probably a slightly different answer based on their research and their experience.
Yeah.
And I'm the type that I listen to everyone's opinion. I don't basically, you're full of crap. That's not. It's
Well, you listen to the whole
I never
story.
basically give them my merit because I don't know. These are all theories. So I learn a lot from other people. And I've had the fortunate experience to work with people like Chris Fleming. Look him up sometime. He's amazing. Chris Moon, John Zaffis, all these people who've been in this for so long, and they basically kind of give me some guidance and knowledge. Like that spirit box. I saw the very first working model in Boston at a conference. My client, Chris Fleming, had the beta type, and he was trying it out there in the hotel. We were talking, and he was like, look what I got, and he showed us. And a voice came through and said hello to one of the guys we were with, and the guy we were with just got up and left.
Yeah.
So
Freaked
and
right
now
out.
now they're all over the place online. People are buying them, using. So I've been fortunate to be connected to these
What
people.
did they use before that?
They would just do audio
Makeshift stuff?
Just audio stuff.
Just like a
audio
real nice
recorder,
recorder.
handheld, and then go back, put headphones on. They carry the audio recorder with headphones, and they record it, then go back, play it back, and listen to the headphones.
Do
and see
you
if they pick up
crave
anything.
this? Is this like an addiction you want to find
You just
more
wanna find-
out? Is it like...
To me, I've been doing it for so long that I'm sort of like, I kind of get involved. Like, if there's a lot of cases, I usually let the group handle it.
Yeah.
And then the ones that are more serious, or the ones that, basically that pique my interest, I get involved in. But again, we are a very close-knit group, and we make all our decisions. This is Rum Investigators of the Paranormal I'm talking about, by the way.
Yes.
We make all our decisions collectively. We never send investigators in alone. We try to go in with a mixed bag team, like female, male.
What's the average amount of people who walk into a house?
For an investigation team?
Yes.
It depends. I mean, we've done minimum 2, maximum...
You said
Entire
15. You
group.
said
Like
15.
when you go for like when somebody calls you up and they're like, we have something, and you think they're legit. What, like, would you send 2 people to first go check it out, and then they're like,
you do
holy
like
shit,
a,
there's
you do
something
like
there?
a meeting, right?
For the meeting, the initial meeting, at least a minimum of 3.
Okay.
And then investigation, at least a minimum of 3. I have done them with 2. I've actually done a case where I couldn't get anyone to come out with me, and I did it by myself. But I'm a senior investigator, so I'm kind of, and this is not new to me.
Yeah.
And I did an investigation. It happened to be up north, and the people had quite an experience where the grown man was in tears crying. He used to train dogs, and when you train dogs, you get attached to them like people.
Well, yeah, they're like,
And essentially, there was a spot that the dog used to lay on a little carpet in front of the wood stove, and basically the energy was so intense there that the guy could feel. He said, "I can feel him. I can actually feel his presence." And I'm like, "I can feel the energy, but I feel him." And he sat there, and he goes, "I can feel him next to me. I can feel him breathing on my neck."
It's gnarly.
And so, that kind of stuff. And he was crying. I felt bad, but it was kind of tears of joy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was
And
happy.
I said, listen, everything has a soul. And animals, maybe wild animals, die and they go into the ground and whatever. But domesticated animals have basically been touched by humans, trained by humans, and basically starting to think like humans. They've evolved. So I firmly believe they have souls.
Wild
Because
animals
we
might
as
have
human-
souls, too.
Well,
You never
they
know.
probably do
They
have
probably
some
do.
type of soul.
I
But,
think everything living has a soul.
but I think the soul of an animal that understands humans and has been touched by humans and trained by humans essentially gets to the point where, and this could be like, there are a lot of like deer and all this stuff. They all have maternal and paternal instincts.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I think once humans touch it and it brings it in, they seem to develop more emotions. They understand love.
I know
and
what you're saying.
Things like that. And I think they almost like develop almost like a soul that, basically when they pass, it's almost kind of a soul like they're there, that they can somehow reach back to the humans that they're with and things of that nature. And of course, when we have a pet and our pet dies, it's, I had a dog die. I had a black pug for 17 years. When he died, I bawled my eyes out. I sat out in the back. I buried him. I sat out in the backyard on a chair, and I think I drank like a 6-pack of beer. It was raining. I still sat out there. I just didn't care. I was just totally
That's your
lost.
buddy, man. It's
Totally,
your child.
Totally
Well,
lost.
they're family
They're
members.
family. They're not a pet. They're
I
a
like-
family
I
member.
like naming animals
and I think
like
animals like
human
that,
names.
once they're touched by a human, I think they almost become a little bit different. They almost become like a soul that gels with us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And go back, we said about, I think all animals have souls.
Yeah.
Probably, and they basically somehow that's handled a little bit differently. But once they've been touched by human love, and it's almost like maybe we as humans keep their soul with us. It's hard to explain, I guess, is what I'm trying to
I
say.
think
I think I get it.
I kind of get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more than just some deer in the middle of the Adirondacks that's never seen a human ever. Like I get what you mean. I know.
Oh, it's
what you
almost
mean.
like isn't
Or
it that
maybe we relate.
Schrodinger's cat? Is a cat in the box? Is it dead or alive? It depends.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So like again, deer's in the woods. It gets
That's Schrodinger's?
attacked by a coyote and it dies.
You ever hear that, Joe?
What's that? I'm
If
sorry.
you put a cat in a box and like shut the box,
Yeah.
is it dead or is it alive? If you don't know until you open the box. You can throw the box in. You can throw the cat
That
in the
wasn't.
box.
That was like the simple version of the experiment.
Yeah, it's much more detailed.
Right.
But if a wild deer is in a wood and it gets attacked by a coyote and dies, no one's going to know if it had a soul or not because it's dead and it's part of nature and it basically goes into nature.
Yeah.
But
Nature.
if the deer is adopted by people and taught to love and
Yeah.
things like that and it dies, we want to believe it had a soul and so
Right.
go on to the big field in the sky and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So again, touched by humans. So that's my belief. If it's touched by humans, and again, this is just my belief.
Yeah,
And,
this is a
and
belief.
basically, everyone else can be different.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm always open to listen when everyone has to say because, again, there's no science. No one's come up with a physics book, the paranormal.
I got
and
it.
It's A squared plus B squared equals C squared equals a poltergeist. It doesn't work like that. So.
You don't exist. You're just a figment of my dream.
Well, now you're going too deep. Now,
That's true, though.
parallel
We don't-
dimensions.
We can
and-
save
I
that
don't,
for another
I don't
show.
care what you think, what anybody watching thinks. None of y'all exist. You're just a figment of my dream, and my dream is just a dream of some giant's dream. So who the hell knows what anybody is talking about? Let me ask you a
Oh
question,
boy,
though, please.
here we go.
What the hell does your wife think about all this? Has she ever gone with you?
Yeah, how does your wife feel about this?
She thinks I'm crazy to a certain extent. But, my sister's very interested in it. I
Yeah.
mean, she was in Arizona. She came up, and I took her into the Hubbard house, and something grabbed her hair and freaked her
Awesome.
out.
Awesome.
So,
Did she stay or did
Do
she
you have
bounce?
a ton of dough involved in this? Are you invested like a ton of money? Is that what would piss a
in the
wife
business,
off?
no.
Because the gear, I mean, how much you got in total in
It's-
gear? $1,000 maybe?
No.
Not even?
Not even?
Not at all.
It's,
Because see, people think they like when they see TV shows,
right.
they see all this big fancy
Yep.
dancy equipment and automatically assume it's made for
But you're
TV.
collectively amongst a whole bunch of people that have
Right.
their own stuff, too.
Right, and I've been involved in paranormal reality shows. I mean, I was the one who set up the episode of Haunted Collector at the Hubbard House. I was the one that set that up. There's my wife calling me a second time.
Put her on.
And essentially, I was also on the set with the guys from Ghost Hunters on several occasions. So I understand how reality TV works.
Yeah.
We also
Is it fake on TV?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
It's called, people call it guided reality tour. So I don't know. It seems to me that they're under a lot of pressure to produce something for the episode.
Sure.
It's got to be good TV, you know. That's
Like, I work with a guy from the TV show Deadliest Catch. His name is Nick Sunshine Tokman.
Gnarly.
That's
So
awesome.
he's my client. And I
Yeah.
asked him one time, I said, so how realistic is Deadly Catch? He goes, what do you mean, like the weather and us out on the sea? He goes, you can't fake that.
No.
And I go, no, that I understand, but like, you know, like this guy got injured. You know, it's a huge show
Like
about
the
that.
Bigfoot
So that
hunters.
actually happened, or is it just like
Yeah.
he just stubbed his finger and now it's like, you know, it's a major emergency, so they dramatized it.
Right.
And so he's like, no, it's pretty much what you saw in Deadly Catch is what you saw in Deadly
Right.
Catch.
Well, yeah.
Now the paranormal shows, I don't know.
Well, my
you know-
whole thing about the Bigfoot hunters, you ever watch that?
They never Finding Bigfoot.
Yeah,
or
they
not,
always
not finding
not
Bigfoot.
finding. They always,
Yeah.
Not
he's
find-
running, and they're all running through the woods,
Yeah.
and it ain't shit. They never
You know,
find
you know why I
anything.
watch that show and I love that show?
Why?
Because I'm a huge outdoor freak. And they go into these coolest places. And my wife goes, you really believe in that? I said, listen, I think there's something there that I know.
What do you think, it's an ape?
As human beings, we're so cocky. We believe we know all the answers.
Oh, we don't
to
know
everything.
shit.
We're
We know
discovering
nothing.
stuff all the time. Basically, the theory is that it's what Gigantus
Pithecus. Gigantopithecus.
Yes,
Yep.
Gigantus Pithecus.
Or
Okay?
Australia's Pithecus.
It was a nomadic ape.
Yes.
Very large creature. It was nomadic or had very small families. And essentially, it had the ability, when the continents were connected, that it would travel to these areas like the North Pacific Northwest,
Right.
which was their perfect
Can't even
area.
see through those
Then there's
woods.
different breeds of them, like some live in the Himalayas, and so. But we're so into ourselves
Skunk one?
that cannot happen because we would have found it. But there's a lot of animals. I mean, I read an article like fisher cats. We have them in upstate New York.
Yeah.
How many people have ever
I've
really
never
seen
seen
one?
one.
And how many times have anyone ever come across a dead body
Nope.
of one?
Nope.
Okay. How many times do you ever go through the woods and come across a dead body of a deer? Unless it was hit by a car
Yeah.
or shot by a human. You just don't. There's like when you get in the woods, you don't see a lot of dead animals because
Right.
the ground is so acidic that when they die they decay
or,
quickly.
or a deer skull. You don't see
Right.
those in the woods.
Well,
Rats eat the horns instantly. You'll
Right.
never find a
that's
rack.
with Bigfoot. I mean, how many there's people are
So you
seeing
think
this
there's
thing
a Bigfoot,
all
you think
across
there's
the
an
nation.
ape?
People are seeing something all across the nation.
Right.
Now there's a lot of weirdos that see it and people who fake
Sure.
stuff, but there are a lot of credible people that see things. So there's something there. So could it be an ape creature that's existed that's smart enough that it's been able to stay below the radar?
Yeah.
I think it's a good possibility it could. Why not?
Why not?
Two things.
Prove it wrong.
Les Strauss claims to have seen one on 2 occasions. Now, Les Strauss, I would say, is credible. He secludes himself in the woods
It's
for
credible,
6 months at
but
a time.
it's TV. That's the problem.
Yeah, but he didn't do it on TV.
And
He-
he's
he-
also delirious half the time of hunger.
Yeah, maybe. And the other thing is, I believe it was like the late 90s or the early 2000s, we discovered a clan of gorillas in some mountains somewhere in Asia that we had no idea were there. So,
Well, I think the Finding Bigfoot people that are on there have credibility. These guys like Cliff and like Matt Moneymaker, Matt Moneymaker went to law school?
Something like that.
Yeah, he comes from a family that's, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, his family does have money, but he basically went into Bigfoot hunt. He's been doing this for like decades before he got into the TV show Finding Bigfoot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, he's not a crackpot. He's a
Would
very
you
smart
rather do
human
that?
being.
Yeah.
You know?
would you rather Bigfoot hunt than...
I would go on a Bigfoot hunt any day because I could survive in the woods.
I guarantee
See,
it's
I'd
way
love
more
it.
dangerous, though, because you could get eaten by a fucking bear while you're out
Those
there.
bears aren't going to eat you.
Well, if you're in the Pacific Northwest, they
That's
might
why
eat you.
yes, you
Those
carry
big
Smith
bears...
& Wesson 44 Magnum
yeah,
on the side of your belt.
couple.
So, but the thing is, essentially, that there's something there, and eventually, people are like, why haven't they got it? Well, first of all, the government doesn't really care. They're not going to waste their resources to go
got other
find a
things-
giant ape creature.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is that
Well, there's
there's
conspiracies saying that the government doesn't want you to know.
I don't know. There's conspiracies for everything.
It's
that's,
true.
That's the sound.
It's true.
That's the
I
word.
love them. Do you
So,
like them?
conspiracy
Yeah.
theories?
He gets sucked right in.
Not completely.
my
I'm not a
uncle's-
flat earther by no
My
means.
uncle's totally into it.
They're
and
fun.
Basically,
They're fun. Some
yeah,
of them.
I don't. I mean, I try to stick with things that are factual.
So you would go Bigfooting.
if I had the
Bigfoot.
opportunity, I would. Yeah,
You
The
think they're
opportunity.
around here in the Adirondacks?
I think so. Why not? The Adirondacks, it's 6 million acre park
Yeah,
or
thank
something
you.
like that.
It's getting annoying. Sorry.
No problem, man.
6
Love you.
million acre park. So that's a lot of
What are
ground
these?
to cover. There's a lot of ground that people haven't been to in the Adirondacks.
True.
I wonder
So-
if a Bigfoot ever choked a moose out.
Well, I don't know. Moose is a big, powerful creature, but
According to Harry and the Hendersons, they're vegetarians.
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
he was a vegetarian, wasn't he?
Yeah.
we'll leave Bigfoot for
He ate
another
fish
episode of the show.
sandwiches. Oh,
But
Yeah, we'll have to have you come back and we'll talk Bigfoot.
Can you tell me about the entertainment business?
Yeah, tell us a little bit about
I'm
that.
excited
So-
about this. This is cool too.
well, I've been doing it for 17 years. I've made a very good living at it.
You said you want to say your age because it's even when I look at you. You told me what you were on the phone. And I said,
68.
no, he's not.
Yeah, he is not 68.
I was just gonna call bullshit on that.
Thanks, yeah.
How old do you think he is, Eric?
Late 30s, early 40s.
50.
He told me that that's what I said, Joe.
You're full of crap.
50?
50
I'm
years.
50,
He
yeah.
said 50. I said, what did you say? He goes 50, 50. I said, are you kidding me? I said, you sound younger than me. Number one.
Dude, if I had to
When
really,
I
if I had to
see
really guess,
Definitely does not look 50. That's for
no.
damn sure.
Oh, thank
what
you.
do you want?
Appreciate that.
HGH? What's your deal?
HGH? Yeah, I wish.
boy.
So the
so
entertainment
yeah, tell
business
us about
is.
the entertainment business.
I work with a bunch of clients. Ryan Quinn from The Voice. You probably heard
yeah,
of.
I know, right?
We work with him.
I know, Ryan. We're boys.
We've worked with Sean Big Sexy.
Oh God, he's coming on. Hopefully, he's going to be coming on our show pretty soon. We just
he's
had
a-
Justin Smith
Yeah.
on.
Oh, I know Justin. Yeah,
Good
I
friend
work
of
with-
ours.
Yeah, I work with Justin too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin's
we
awesome.
book shows for Justin and Big Sexy. Justin's probably one of the nicest dudes you ever want to meet.
He'll give you the
Wicked
shirt off his
awesome.
back.
Big
Wicked
Sexy's
awesome.
Big Sexy's a nice guy, but he puts on this big act, you know. But I call him. It depends when I ever see him. I call him different. Big Slappy,
Big Slappy, Big Touchy.
You know, big
Big
you know,
Spanky.
My name changes for him all the time, but he's a good dude. He's got a big heart. And I've worked with people like Jackie Tone from American Idol, who's now one of the main stars of the TV show Glow on Netflix.
Yep.
I've worked with her. I worked with the guys from Ghost Hunters, the main guys from
The
Ghost
main
Hunters.
Ghost Hunters. yeah.
Yep. I worked with, a lot of different people. I had a couple opportunities to work with Pauly Shore. I turned that down.
Really?
And-
Wait, you turned down Pauly
yeah,
Shore?
I had an opportunity to work with Tiffany. Remember the singer Tiffany from the 80s?
I do.
I
Yeah.
think we're alone now.
I
Yeah,
think
but
we're
you know what?
alone now. No, we're not alone
She
now.
became an amazing Nashville musician. I mean,
She did?
Yes. So, I mean, a lot of different things. And I work with, like, illusionists and stuff like that.
That's cool. How the hell did you get into this? Like, because we have to kind of do what you're doing, but beg people to do it for free.
Yeah.
You get people to pay you to get people like
well,
this.
I book venues. I mean, I have relationships with venues all across the
How
United
did this
States.
start? I mean, were you a college graduate? I mean, what's your deal?
Yeah, I'm still in college, actually.
Yeah.
I'm about two courses away from getting my MBA, so how's that?
You want another one?
No, I'm good. I'm
You
going
got
to
it.
wrap my end up here in a minute.
Yeah,
cool.
it does get late. What time is it, Eric?
Well,
What
it's
are we
not that it's
doing?
that late. It's just that the
9:20.
weather's going to get nasty.
It's
so
true, yeah.
And you got to go all the way back to Rome.
2 to
so-
4 inches tonight, and then another additional, what is it, 6
So-
to 12 tomorrow.
So yeah, so with that being said, thank
Why-
you guys for having me.
One
I
last
appreciate
one.
it.
Why'd you turn down Pauly Shore?
Because Pauly Shore was great back in the '80s, and then when I came to work with him, he wanted a lot of money, and I just didn't
For
think
a
he
lot
could
of-
get it. And essentially, if I'm not self-defeating, I'm not going to push an artist out for a lot of money, and I don't think I can get it.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Because then I'm basically what's going to happen is I'm going to fail,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to basically they're like, oh, we're not going to work with you. And so
I get
why
it completely.
why put myself through that?
Right.
Now, can he get that money? I don't know.
Maybe.
But based on my markets that I was working in, I did a little testing and I couldn't get it.
You
based
just
on
want
my
your success.
responses.
You want your success
and I
rate
have
up.
to be successful.
Yeah, you have to
He's
have a
starting
success
to
rate.
come back again because he's on the comic circuit
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, no,
He's
he's-
not
he's
trying to do
He's always
movies.
been on. His mother owns like
The
the
Comedy
Laugh
Club.
Factory
Or
or
is that
comedy.
it? Yeah.
One of them. He's
Yeah.
always, but he was hot in the late '80s, early
Right.
'90s, and he fell off. And he
Right.
hasn't. He's haven't
Well,
been
he
hot
wanted to
since.
put together like a comedy tour on a bus and charge a lot of money for it. And the problem is with the venues I was working in, they didn't want to kind of pay that much money for a busload of comics.
Awesome.
So I mean, it just didn't work for me. I mean,
Right.
probably worked well in some other industries.
Are there any that you regret not teaming up with? Or any that like went through you like son of a gun? I should have went with them.
No.
No.
You've
So
worked
your
with any-
intuition's been good.
I've basically done well. I mean, some acts I haven't got. I mean, but there was,
win
it was just
some
my name was in a hat with a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
So it was just a crapshoot. So give me not. So
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Awesome.
That's awesome. You know,
I am. I know you want to bounce.
Yeah, we got to get him out.
I know
He's
you got to
gotta
get out of here
bounce.
before the weather goes. I am so thankful and honored
Yeah,
that
anytime.
you
Yes.
came on. Can you come
Thank
back
you.
sometime?
Right on. Yeah.
Awesome.
You did exactly. This is
Thank you
it.
so much.
This was the best.
Yeah.
I had the time of my life.
I'll come back with some other. I'll bring some of my associates. I'll bring Pete.
Yeah.
You love talking to
You
Pete.
got a
Pete's
chick
awesome.
too, right? We love
Yeah,
chicks.
Nicole.
We don't get them too often on the show.
Nicole, her name's Nicole. She's actually our case manager. She also had a wake tonight, but it was a
Really?
different person.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, the timing of the show and with some of the stuff that I had going on in my personal life and
Listen,
and some
things
of the other
happen.
people.
Life happens.
Well, we
You know,
appreciate
so,
it.
yeah.
We really do.
Let's do it when we don't have to worry about
Do it in the
nor'easters coming
summertime.
in. So
We'll do it out in my backyard. We'll put a fire up. We'll get some hot dogs. Maybe grill some steaks. Who knows?
Hang out.
Who knows?
there you go, man.
Rich,
Sounds
thank you for
good.
stopping
Anytime.
by.
Thanks again.
And yeah,
Appreciate it, man.
Awesome.
Have a good night.
Thank
you
you.
too. So we're gonna wrap. Well, Eric, what time do
It's
we
almost
get?
9:30. We can
Is
start
it almost
wrapping it up.
9:30?
Yeah,
We'll wrap
we'll
it up
start
because
wrapping.
we got a big day tomorrow.
We do. Tomorrow is our grand finale at the Hot Pizza or Hot Wing Challenge.
Yep. Tomorrow night we're gonna be at Beer Belly Bob's to do the final Hot Wing Challenge. We have all 4 winners from all 4 pizzerias.
Yes, sir, we do.
We're going to try and kick off between 8 and 8:15 tomorrow. We're going to see how we go. We should have a pretty solid internet connection. We should be all right.
We're gonna Skype in Duffy's.
We're gonna try and Skype in Duffy's, the creator of the Duffy's Irish Temper, the sauce that we will be using for tomorrow's event.
Yes.
So we're gonna try and get an interview with him, and
We will get it. We'll do our best.
we're gonna do our best to do what we can with what little bit of internet until we get sweet Verizon FiOS. We get
What a good show, Joe.
We had one of the best shows ever. That was the coolest show I think we've done. I think I am.
Well, I mean,
It's going to be a hard one to follow up on that
it's
one.
a tough act to follow. I do enjoy having musicians. I love that.
I love musicians.
I love the fighters. I love everybody. You know,
I just
it's
like people of general interest, man.
Me too. This is what I was talking about when we first started doing this, Joe. I says we have to do an eclectic show of different awesome people.
Yeah.
And
We
it's
don't
been
just do
working out
one.
well. No,
This week
everything's
we got
different every single week.
Ghost hunters to drag queens to.
An attorney next week.
We got a daddy's attorney that's just I'm telling you,
Awesomeness.
she's crazy.
We have Josh Rickey, pro MMA fighter,
He's coming on.
Todd
Rich.
Lozo, Lonesome Dove, Rich.
Thank you, Rich.
Again.
Thank you again.
It's been so much fun.
Please be safe, and we'll be in touch.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, Rich.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Rich.
So, yeah, we have a big month coming up. We have a
Huge
ton
month.
of stuff. Maybe some tattoos, maybe some back waxing. Who knows?
Well, that's what's up. Let's just tease a little bit what we're actually going to do. So,
Hold on, real quick.
go ahead. What do you got?
We were on a really good behavior. For as much as we like to talk,
I only got mad at you once throughout this whole show, and it's only because, and I want to bring it to your attention, because you yell at me for
Yeah, go-
chewing into the microphone.
yeah,
Is it the vaping?
The vaping.
The
vaping?
I get it.
the
I heard it
vaping.
all. I
I've
heard it the
learned-
whole show.
I've learned.
And that's
I've learned.
I'm not gonna lie. I felt bad for our guest because you yell at me about being rude. This is my
apologize.
time.
I gotta get a softer vape.
It's
Can
not-
you
you
hear it
need-
from here.
You can still hear it.
You
can
vaping
actually
is
hear it.
me. Think of it this way: how
You
you
can't
feel
go
about.
2 friggin' hours without it.
Yeah.
No, this is. I should have done higher nicotine. This is the
Why
joy
didn't you just
pack.
blow it in the poor man's face?
I wasn't gonna do that.
I'll give
You
you a-
pretty much
I was blowing straight up in
when
the
you
air.
I'll
when
give you
do
a
it this
lipper
way-
next time. You can just keep it in
I
the
can't do it. You know what? I gotta
Wow.
do is the snus.
Snuff?
Snuff.
Snuff.
I don't,
Snuff.
No, snuff is like you kill people. It's
No.
snus.
It's not snuff.
It is. It's snooze.
You
It is.
are-
Look it up. You're the
gonna-
dude that
I'm
looks it up.
gonna,
It's
'cause you're
snooze.
full of
You can
shit.
swallow
Use
that
your phone-
shit.
use
That's
your Google
why.
Box.
You
Use
can
your
swallow
Google
it.
Box.
So anyhow,
anyway.
you know what's funny is
So think
he
about
goes,
that.
You guys talk a lot, and we were being quiet tonight too.
I shut my mouth. You were the chatty
Oh,
Cathy.
well, you know what? Because I had so many questions.
I had
How
a lot,
How
too.
didn't you? I'm getting my questions out. If I got you here, I got to ask you.
I got things to ask.
Inquiring minds want to know.
I got things to ask.
What do you
Yeah.
think?
Snuff is tobacco, son.
Yeah.
No, what is snooze? Snuff.
It's not a
Check that
fucking
out.
word.
How much you want to make a dollar? About $5 right now.
Snooze. I don't think.
Snuff.
Like
Camel
SNU.
snus. NSUSS. Try that.
So, anyways, I don't know what. Yeah. Use your Google Box, Eric. Get your Google
Is
Box.
there? What is it? Camel snus.
So tomorrow. Oh, so hang on.
North South University.
All right. Keep looking, Eric,
Camel
and come
snus
back to
you
us.
did?
So hang on, can I talk about what's going to happen on March 9th? March 9th, Meatball Madness. We are having a meatball contest. 15 contestants, 3 heats of 5. That's right, 15 contestants, 3 heats of 5. 3 winners, March 9th, Meatball Madness at Pizza Boys in New York Mills. We'll be going live.
We're
for
correct.
that.
Well, I see you holding the same thing I'm holding up. Yes, it's the same. It's a new tobacco product or whatever that they came. It's not.
What is this?
It's snus. S-N-U-S. I never even heard of it.
You're an idiot.
Yes.
And Jeff was
idiot.
holding the phone up on the same
correct.
page that I'm
Listen,
on.
See, here's the thing.
Just to let you guys know, if I talk, I don't make bets unless I know I'm
And
at
that's why I
least
didn't-
90% sure.
And that's why I didn't shake your hand, because I knew you had something slippery up your
I've
sleeve.
had it
Speaking
before.
of bets,
Yeah, what's up?
I was just driving home from Syracuse yesterday. I don't do much.
Yeah.
And I'm a little
You want to
homebody.
pop over? We're good.
You can hop over.
Pop over. Come on, get up over
Pop
here.
over here, Eric. Come on, put the headphones down.
Got phones right there.
Hop up. You can wrap up the show with us.
All right. I like staying back behind like
I know.
I know,
Like
but
we
it's
put
like,
it-
you know what? Fuck it.
Sometimes we
Hey,
want people to
you know
see
what?
you.
If the show drops right now anyways, doesn't matter.
I don't-
We already,
I can
the show's
fling
over.
my poo at you. Nobody can see
Well,
me.
I've only
That's
heard.
why I want to get the Utica Zoo, because I want a poo flinging monkey. I'm telling you,
I
I
hope
will
he
shoot
flings it right
earlier.
at Joe.
Oh God.
No.
But anyway, like I was saying about the betting, I went to I drove by the casino and I was like, I got an extra 50 in my pocket.
Yeah.
Freaking blow that.
So 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes, my 50 was gone.
What were you playing?
Because I play like a
Stupid.
baller. I don't play that
See, you
dollar
have
shit.
to. What were
I
you
play
playing?
like I play craps and 21. And I don't do that bullshit dollar chip stuff. You give
Craps
me
is
5s
fun,
and
isn't it?
10s or more. If I had more, I'll do $20 dollar
Craps
chips.
is fun, right?
Dude, it was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, and roulette.
Yeah.
I did roulette. I did the wheel.
I'm
You want to know
I
what
lost
else is
my
fun?
ass
You
on
want to
the
know what
wheel.
else is fun?
Not losing your money because that would
I'll
have been
bet
cool.
you $5 that you can't guess the number in my head right now.
Between
That's
what?
such bullshit.
One and 10.
7.
Nope, it was 5. You lost. Give me
That's such a
$5.
fucked up bet.
We didn't make the bet.
We gotta do.
Did we make a cash bet?
We did. I
we-
heard $5.
We gotta do those barroom bets. You ever see
Bar-
that where you light the match, where you remove the quarter without the
You ever
match?
see where you put the glass on top of the guy's
Stuck.
hand and you're like, I bet you, or
Should we do a live show
we
where we
can
just
do-
go hustle people in bar
Dude, there's a
rooms?
lot of fucked up hustles for people. You know, they're sucking like you put a saucer of wine. And they say,
Where it
I bet
sucks
you,
it back
yeah,
up?
it sucks it into the cup again. I
With
mean,
the- with
it's
the match.
legit. Yeah, it's legit.
yeah, it's all
So-
like science. It's like
So we should do
This
a
is
live
we're
show and go
minor,
hustle
minor
people.
science shit that can screw with drunk people.
So let's
Mr.
go
Wizard
do
is
it.
a dick.
Who, yeah,
We
Mr.
saw-
Wizard.
Honestly, I'm not gonna. He wasn't that big of a dick. Maybe
Yeah, but
in
did you
today's
watch this- did
standards,
you
I
watch
watched
the
whole
show?
thing.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I
Mr.
laughed.
Rogers has been all over
He
the
was kind
internet
of talking
lately.
smack to the kids at times, but he
like, "You're
wasn't
stupid."
like.
It's not
he did-
right.
Like 2 kids, he was like, "I will hit you with like." There was like a stick
See
with
this?
like
See this
tacks
stupid?
in it.
Yeah,
He's like,
see
"I'll
that?
hit you with that."
See this, Susie? I'm gonna stick you with this.
Yeah.
He did say something like, and I was
Yeah.
like, "That is a rough one."
If that wasn't
You're
done
wrong.
through the,
He
you're
might
wrong.
have had a pin like underneath. The camera can't see it, and he's like jabbing her with freaking.
If anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, we get stuck in YouTube video land.
Who doesn't?
And
They
we
do
just
too.
Dude, it's awesome.
So we
Everybody
ran-
loves YouTube land.
so we ran across a video called
How did you
Mr.
find that?
Mr. Wizard's a Dick.
We were in the radio station when you found that.
I was in the radio station just watching, it just popped up on my feed. And I'm like, ooh, Mr. Wizard's a dick? And if anybody doesn't know Mr. Wizard, he was like the science guy on TV
He
in
was
like
like
the 80s.
Bill Nye before
Yeah,
Bill Nye.
he was
Way
Bill Nye.
cooler than Bill
Yeah,
Nye.
like-
Oh, way cool. Bill Nye completely took like.
and somebody,
Political
Stole
stance
his
and
stuff.
fucked up.
Either way, yeah,
Yeah.
fun.
Did you
Mr.
see the new?
Wizard.
Did you see the new meme or meme, whatever the hell it
Meme?
is?
Who's a
Meme? Is that
meme?
what it's called?
Yeah.
Meme.
I
It's
never
a
say
meme.
it proper.
Yeah.
Meme.
It
What's
has
the-
Bill Nye and it has Dolph Lundgren back when he was like jacked in Rocky 5.
What's he look like now?
Rough.
Oh.
But it said Bill Nye and it has his degree. Dude, Dolph Lundgren has like 5 chemical engineering degrees, speaks 4 different
What is
languages.
Bill Nye's degree? He's not a real scientist.
No,
is
he does. He has an
is?
actual chemical engineering degree, but like Dolph Lundgren has like 5 other.
Is it a PhD?
All
Dolph
it said was like
Is he a
chemical.
doctor in it?
No, it said engineering degree. So it's an engineer. But Dolph Lundgren apparently has like 4.
Listen,
he
throw
a doctor?
engineering on
No,
anything.
he has 4 engineering degrees in 4 different things. Dolph Lundgren,
shit.
and
Pull
he
it together,
speaks
Jeff.
4 different languages.
Jeff barely- we
a
barely
lot of
speak English.
Europeans and Asians speak a lot of different languages.
They have a harder
me up.
curriculum.
Hook me
Or
up.
curriculum.
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 Wow,
Curriculum.
they're also they deal with
Curriculum.
masculine and feminine type of languages, and a lot of them are Latin based. You know, so a lot of words translate similarly. So, but they understand the content. They say English is one of the hardest languages to learn. Number one, because different regions of America speak completely different language.
And you got shit like which is which.
And slang, your, our your is wrong.
I
but
got
you know what?
yelled
To
at
be fair, is there apostrophes in this?
I don't think so.
I don't think they're Well, they're. I don't think they do it.
Dude,
like
they're
that.
LED lights.
Yeah.
They're little LED
Yeah,
bulbs, man.
sorry for
When
the
when
your.
guy made
Sorry
this-
for the your, but
the
we
guy
don't-
made this. He was like, "Listen, bitches, I just was able to spell stuff out in lights. You
Right.
want a comma?
Yeah.
Kiss my ass."
Yeah, and on top of it all, it even does special effects.
You guys
Yeah,
see
it
it?
does cool stuff.
I
Does
love it.
multicolors. You want a comma?
You want a
Come on,
comma?
bro.
You
Shut
guys see all the
fuck
Mr.
up.
Rogers stuff popping up lately?
No,
on the
why?
Facebook.
No.
Well, they always go back to the thing where he talked Congress into giving him. He needed like $8 million to keep PBS going, to keep his show going, and
You talked him into it?
$21 million. They gave him $21 million to
You know
do
he
it.
pocketed some of
No,
it.
no, Mr.
He bought a
Rogers.
Porsche, dog.
I was having my
give a
daughter
shit.
watch it the other day because that might be part of the problem why we're so screwed up nowadays is because we don't have content like I don't care what side you're on.
Well, I don't know what.
Listen,
you
I
lost
don't
me.
care what
Mr.
political
Rogers.
side you're on. He was into tolerance and acceptance and stuff like that, and he was a very gentle person. He was genuinely like this in real life. There's stories about Mr. Rogers like taking a ride home with the cab guy, and he was genuinely talking to the cab guy, like on the way back from some publicity thing, and he's talking to this cab guy, and he goes, "Tell me about your family." And the guy starts telling him about the family, and on the way home, the guy's like, "Yeah, I live down that way." And Fred Rogers, that's his name, he goes, "Go to your house." And he goes to the house, and they had a piano there, and he started playing the piano and just wiling out and jamming.
Just chilling out
Just,
with the
just
caddy.
wanted to hang out with the family. You know, he was just genuinely this awesome human being. All this stuff. You know, one of the most powerful things that Mr. Rogers ever did was, you remember, he was either a cop or a mailman. I think he was a cop. He was a police officer on Mr. Rogers. He was a black man. I don't know what his name is. Forgive me. But there's an episode with Mr. Rogers sitting out front, and he's got one of those little kiddie pools, right? And the police officer, who's a black man, comes out. Now, this is early 80s, I want to say. This is still when people are still, like, weird jerk-offs about things. You know what I mean? And
You use the term weird jerk off.
yeah, that's how people acted. If you're a racist, you're a fool. You know, you have something wrong with you. So, basically what Fred Rogers did was he says, "Do you want to sit down with me and soak your feet? It's like a hot, sunny day." And the guy sits down with the pool, and they both put their feet in the same pool together, a white guy, black guy, and Fred Rogers is just like, just talking all calm and cool, and did his whole show thing. And then when he got done and doing their little segment, Fred Rogers takes the black man's feet, and he dries them off for him and stuff like that so he could put his shoes back on. It was just this tolerance and acceptance. The guy was an exceptional human being. He really was a
ain't touching
humanitarian.
nobody's feet.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit who you are. Jennifer Lawrence. I ain't
Black, white,
touching your
green,
feet.
blue. I don't care if you're
Dude.
male, female. It don't matter what you are. Nope.
Nope.
Well,
And I-
Fred
and I-
Rogers would. He doesn't care who you are.
Dude,
Well,
he's a boss.
and on that
Very
note,
accepting.
you guys can call up Fred Rogers. We are at our 2-hour
I
mark.
looked
We
at
have-
him. I tried looking
What?
him up. He passed away in 2003,
You wanted
Joe.
him to touch your
we,
feet.
we ain't
2003?
2003. Yeah.
All right, we're
15
out.
years ago. You ain't
Tomorrow.
getting Fred Rogers anymore.
We're out on
Dig
Fred
his ass
Rogers.
up.
God bless your soul.
We're out. So tomorrow we'll see. Ooh, yeah, I yelled.
Yeah,
So
careful
tomorrow,
of that.
I know I do. Tomorrow we'll see you at Beer Belly Bob's for the final of the Hot Wing.
Let me rifle through these.
Challenge.
Let me rifle through these.
Go
sponsors.
through quick. I'm going to get ready to shut us down. So
Primo's Pizzeria, thank you very much.
Bye, Facebook land.
Deep Vapors, thank you very much. The Minuteman Gazette, thank you very much. Tina Bennett, we'll see you next week. Thank you for everything. Moto World, thank you guys down there. Creative Street, you've been awesome. Thank you. Johnson's Carpet Plus, you guys are amazing. Thanks again. Central Plumbing and Drain, Steve, thank you. Beer Belly Bob's, thank you. And I want to say welcome aboard for the Belfield Agency, Melissa Reed, who's going to be coming on next week as a new sponsor. Thank you very much. You made the right decision. Shout outs to TLE. Shout outs to Dynasty. Shout outs to Disruption Network. Shout outs to Ryan McVirdo. Thank you guys. It's been awesome. See ya.